meantime, I'll just slide these up a little bit. See these little tokens here? These guys? Let's imagine they were numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Help me pick 3 of them. These are the hazards that we're going to use. I'm going to go fix the stream deck real quick. Off camera. All right. Well, interestingly, I heard the distinct sound of a USB device disconnecting while I did that, but the Stream Deck appears to be working. These hotkeys are set up correctly. They just don't work. They're set up correctly on the Stream Deck. It just doesn't allow me, for some reason, to zoom to the bottom. It got borked. I don't know. Anyways, that's okay. So, Martina, did we help me pick 3 enemies to face in this 3 hazards for this this game? I've decided to play as the red player. I normally dragon, dog, okay. Got you. Dragon, dog. We got a baby. We got a crab. We got windstorm, maybe? And like what looks like a beach volleyball or something like that. And the thing on the left, that's a crab. That's a crab. That's an enormous, mean-looking crab. All right, so I chose red as my player color today. I normally play red, and then additionally, red's got the crab on it here, and crab. If you know, you know. Crab. All right, so where were we? Because we've got those hazards, we need to find we got the Great Claw. That's the crab. We got not the sandstorm, not the meteor, which would be the volleyball, I guess. We're little itty bitty guys on a beach. We got the terror. That's the dog, and well, the aptly named the dragon. So, all right. So I think we got to shuffle these decks up. So in Castles by the Sea, our goal here is to construct, unsurprisingly, castles by the sea. We're itty-bitty folk who are going... Uh-oh, that's not the right one. We're going to use these sand blocks in order to build various buildings. And the scoring seems really straightforward. We basically earn more or less a point per thing we have on the board at the time that we, like at the end of each round, right? So we're going to try and build a bunch of buildings, get them out on the board, see what happens. Oh, I feel like I put these actually face up. Face down is thusly. Whoops. So we got a couple structures over here on these blocks. They're marked with our color, which matters in a multiplayer game, but shouldn't matter too much for us here this evening. Okay, so we need to get a set of cards. Man, I really wanted to have this set up before stream started. And just the, you know, it wouldn't be a stream without some tech issues, right? All right. We're going to play with basic. So I think we get these. Terror Giant Dragon. That's not what we're playing with. We're going to use the other hazards. But we're going to use the suggested cards here. Provided I can find them. So far, this has not worked out. Are these double-sided? Oh, they are. That would explain it. Oh, they're double-sided, all the cards. Alright, Arch, Tower, Door, Princess, Archer, and Guard. Cards we're going to be playing with today. A basic setup. And yeah, tech issues, totally part of stream. It wouldn't be the same without a tech issue or 5, you know? It just sucks that the tech issues mean I'm late, and then because I'm late, I don't have the game set up. That kind of feels bad, you know? All right. So what have we got? We got the Guard, the Archer. Do we get all of our figures? Maybe we do. The Princess. And then, yeah, we get like all of our things, actually. So that makes that easy. Okay. We're going to have to move a couple of things around here. Get these dudes above our air mat here. And then we get 3 castle cards from the castle card deck. Which I don't know if that includes just these or all of these. Let's see. 26 castle cards. Looks like it's all of them. Alright, we're going to give these a good shuffle. And then take 3. The castle cards are like bonus ways for us to score. So each round, we're going to be putting out blocks of sand. Those are the cubes up there. We're also going to be trying to build our buildings. And then we're going to be trying to get whatever our 3 castle cards are. They give us a way to score bonus points. And we can only complete 2 out of the 3 of them that we have. So we'll have to see how that goes. Ah, why'd that come up a second time? Did someone say tech issues on stream? Jamie Daggers to the rescue? Why did that come up a 3rd time? Wow, it really wants to be there. I slapped that together really fast before stream and I regret it. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to go disable that. Crab! Listen, I put Crab as my go live notification just for... Okay, this is just broken. Excuse me while I fix this. Whew, almost died. Also, Jamie, you really need like a crab emote. Oh, that one's not yours, is it? Oh, it is! Whoa! That seems very, like a very plain crab, you don't mind me saying. I am surprised it's not crabbier, I don't know, or stabbier. I thought we talked about daggers, you know, in the claws. I don't know what happened to that. All right. Where was I? Oh, I was dealing myself 3 castle cards, and then that stupid overlay thing popped up. Are you criticizing my crabs? Well, no one has crabs quite as majestic as you, Jamie Daggers. So I guess I shouldn't criticize, you know? It's a placeholder. All right, so we get 3 of these cards. We got, what, a well, a fortress, and good friends like Jamie Daggers. Hey. Hey, Time Roller, welcome in. Nice to see you. Just getting set up here. Had some tech issues right before we started stream. What would a stream be without some tech issues? I don't know, because it's never happened to me. So I'm a little bit late on my setup. But hopefully we'll get this sorted out here shortly. My cat likes your crabs. Nice, nice. Jamie is, you know, renowned for her crabs. She even has a t-shirt about it. Or maybe she doesn't have it yet, but she's gonna. She is gonna. That is true. Wait, hold on. I'm subbed to Jamie. Does this mean that I have crabs too? No. I have holy fire. Am I not subbed to you right now, Jamie? What happened? No, I am. What, do I need like a tier 3 sub to get the crab or something? The hell is this? I am disappointed. Oh, I'm not cool enough. I'm not cool enough. Do I have to roll 0 in your chat to earn a crab? All right, so I believe we are all set up here. I don't think we start with anything other than what's on the board. So we should be good to go. Let's take a look-see at our cards that we got for this setup. I wish the Zoom was working, but it isn't. So we'll just forget about that. But let's take a look. There is a like exhaustive reference for cards in this game. So we're gonna take a look at what these cards do. I guess I should make sure that I haven't done anything wrong with the setup here. Oh, we can't have good friends as our castle card. That's not permitted in solo. So we don't get to have any friends. Instead, we can have some deep study. We'll spend some sad time alone, deep in study instead. Whatever. Oh, it says draw 2 castle cards to start with. Never mind. We'll just put that away. We have our fortress and our well. Okay, so this is a little bit different on solo mode. Okay, cool. So we're trying to score 90 or more points to be Lord of the Beach. I have a strange feeling that isn't happening. I think we're probably looking at less than 40 points sandbox fun. I have a strange feeling that's where we're going to end up. So let's take a look at what our buildings do here. We've got the arch. That's this guy over here. So we have to place the arch between two pillars. So we're going to be building these guys up. And we have to have two high pillars. I wonder, does our slider cam get us a good view of that? Not too bad. Okay, so we got to get two pillars that are too high, like so, that we could then, you know, place our arch between. Okay, and if our arch is out on the map, we're going to earn 2 sand dollars every round, which is the primary way that we earn points, right? If we place it on one of these little seaweed thingies, we get 2 bonus points when we place over top of them. So we're going to look for opportunities to do that where we can. So, oh, the spots in front and behind the arch have to be permanently empty. Okay. Now our tower here has to go, it shows the placement on the card here, but it's probably hard to see on stream. It looks like it has to go on top of a sand block, and then there has to be walls, like whatever. Has to be stuff beside it that are not covered. Has to always have at least 2 open walls adjacent to it. So it can't just be on top of a little pillar. It would have to also have 2 little walls, at least 2, beside it, right? We can't simply, you know, have it all by its lonesome. What a shame. I feel like I'm gonna lose at this game. This is not my type of game. I know this is light, but still, yikes. All right. And then the door is like a tower in that it has, or like an arch rather, in that it has to be placed between blocks, but it only has to be placed between single blocks, and then we have to leave the spaces in front and behind it open. Those are all pretty straightforward. Now let's talk about our dudes here. Our princess, our archer, and our guards. So the princess has to be on a pillar, and there can be nothing adjacent to the sand block that the princess is on. So she's got to be, you know, oh, princess, so special. She's got to be hiding up at the top of this pillar, hanging out all by herself. Now I think we could have blocks down here, and that would be okay. But we can't have any up adjacent to this sand. She has to be on a special pedestal. It's Jamie Daggers, basically. Wants to be placed on a pedestal. And she is worth 2 points for being out on the board. So that one's worth doing. Wouldn't be an off-cost stream without a disappointing loss. Love the camera angle. Yeah, I mean, you can probably see it at the edge of the frame. The camera's right here on a slider. It's motorized. It's moving. And I thought it would work nicely for this game. I could even dick around a little bit and zoom her in if we wanted to get a little bit more of the board, which is maybe worth doing. So, we'll see. Is James getting his ass handed to him already? Pretty much. I had tech issues, you know, kicking my ass, and now I've got you guys in chat. So, perfect. Ideal. All right, so our archers here have to be placed adjacent to a block. They're worth 1 point each, no big deal. Okay, and then the final guy is our guard. He has to be adjacent to an empty wall, so he has to be on a little platform like so, right? Guard has to be adjacent to an empty wall, while our archer has to have his back to a wall so he feels safe, you know? Put your back to a wall, spot the exits. He's paranoid, really. Okay, so archer like that. Guard, just next to nothing. Just out, hanging out there, doing whatever. I'm here to help. Yeah, sure you are, Jared. Sure you are. Hope you're doing well. When's your next YouTube video gonna drop? Oh, I'm getting a phone call. That's really handy. That's what I needed right now. Okay, so let's give this a go. We know how our pieces work, and we want... Ooh. I don't know what this means up here. We're just going to worry about that later. All right, so it's got a... Thankfully in this game, there's a nice little like reference on the cards for how we're going to proceed through the phases of the game so we don't forget anything. And it's a little bit different for solo play, but the first 3 phases of the game are always the same. So most likely Saturday, provided I can wrap it up tomorrow. Oh yeah, you mentioned that actually. I think in Jamie's stream you said that there was a bit of a rush for that one. How quickly I forget. I'd love to talk to you about printing minis at some point. But I don't really know what that looks like, actually. Anyways, we should chat. We should chat at some point. I realize I didn't actually put the monster guys on the board here, so I got to do that. Okay, so we have to put our 3 hazards on a different icon. So crab will go on waves, the dragon will go on the shovel, and we'll put the dog on the shark. Easy peasy. Now we are ready to go. Okay, so is this a board game? Yes, it is. Welcome in, Sloth. How are you? It's going okay. I had some extreme tech difficulties. I got off to a rocky start with the stream, but we're settling in now. The game's all set up, and it is time to play. So why don't we talk a little bit quickly about how this game works. So in this game, in the solo mode here, we are trying to earn the most points. We're going to say that it's a loss if we earn less than 50, which is probably what's going to happen to us. In the rule book, it says 90 plus is really, really good. So let's see if we can do that. I don't know why that sounded like a pun. I don't know that it did. Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways, so we've got this game here where we're going to be using these sand blocks, and we're going to be placing them out on the board in certain, like in order to construct certain shapes, in order to place out our buildings here, as well as our princess. I'm calling the princess Jamie Daggers, and our archers and that sort of thing. Okay, so each round we get a little bit of income in sand blocks, and then we get to place and build some stuff, and then we have to deal with hazards. The dragon, the great claw, crab, and the terror, a big dog. Because we are just the little itty bitty guys living on the beach. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we gather 3 sand blocks. Okay, now we could also reclaim some from our destroyed stuff, but that'll happen later once we've played a turn or two. I'm sure stuff was going to get destroyed real fast. Did you call me a beach? You know I did. You know I did. And I called Jamie Daggers a princess. And this is my stream, and I feel good about it. All right. Sweet. Have you played this time, Roller? This is obviously my first time playing. Okay, so now we get to build our sand blocks on the board. So we would have It's unclear to me if we can have more than 5. I think we can. I think we can have as many as 8 sand blocks if a lot of our stuff got destroyed in the previous round. But for this round, we've got 3. So the rules for placing sand blocks is we can place them anywhere, but once we've placed one, the rest have to be connected on a face, not on a corner. Okay? Nope, haven't played it. Yeah, Jamie Dagger's hiding in here. All right, so we have to place these 3 adjacent to each other, and then we can place as many of our pieces as we want. Now, in the solo mode, normally we would have 3 of these castle cards, and we can achieve it at most 2 over the course of the game. In this game mode, we're going to have these cards, and every round we can achieve 1, and then we can replace it with a new one. So we could complete as many as 6 over the course of the game. Both of these require 8 sand blocks, so we're not achieving any of these very fast. So let's try and figure out how we can get a piece out. I think we want to get our princess out on the board. I have no idea how the hazards work, so we're just going to pretend that we have, like, we don't know anything about them, and we're just going to try and place the princess out. And we're just going to worry about the hazards later, because she's worth 2 points every round that she's on the board, and she just needs to be on a pillar. Jamie Daggers just needs to be placed on a pedestal. So, we can place out our blocks in such a way that, let's put Jamie Daggers on a pedestal in the corner, okay? So we can place our blocks like so. They're quite slippery. We get a piece of kelp here, which is going to be worth 2 points at the end of the game. We'll probably desperately need those 2 points. Jamie Daggers is a chat ninja. Never know where she'll pop up. I mean, you just need to mention crabs to summon me. Nobody puts baby in a corner. And yes, on a pedestal where I belong. Exactly. All right. So we get to place pieces. I believe we can place any number of our pieces, but they have to be connected to a sand block we built this turn. At least one part of what we do has to be connected. So we can place out our friendly princess here, and then we get to score points. So we're not going to get a ton. We get 2. Basically, the more pieces on the board, the more points we earn every round. So we're going to earn 2 little sand dollars here. Okay. That's 2 out of our, 50 we need to get in order to feel like we didn't totally fail. Okay. And then we got to do the hazard phase. Deal with this terror, the big dog, the enormous crab, the great claw, and the dragon, which really feels like it should have a name, but it doesn't. You're probably painting the pedestal too? Probably. That's probably true. All right, so let's make sure we get this hazard phase correct, because it's totally different than the normal rules. So we flip a card for each hazard. That's these guys over here. So we got a dragon with 2 things, a great claw with 2 things, and a terror with 2 things. Wow, I really shuffled these decks fabulously. Okay. Okay, so normally we would move these, and the symbols on the board and things like that matters less here. We're just going to move these 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay, and then if we've revealed 3 icons like this, we trigger the hazard, but we've got 2 on each of them, so we're okay. And that's it. Okay. So, we didn't resolve any hazards, and we're on to the next round. Ooh, I gotta check if I need to swap out a card or if I have to complete one in order to do that. can complete or discard a castle card. Okay, let's discard this well, because these both need just a ton of stuff. And then we get to replace it with something else. Wind tunnel. Place your arch in the same tile as another arch structure. Well, that doesn't seem very achievable, does it? Was I supposed to take that out? Yes, I was. Alright, so we can't have good friends. We can't have a wind tunnel. What else can we not have? Lead the way and gate. I'm sure those are the next two cards. It is lead the way right there. Boom. And then gate was one further down. Okay, so I neglected to remove these only in the multiplayer cards, but... Whoa, your secondary camera's actually moving? It is. It is on a slider, a motorized slider, and I will be right back. Oh, which be right back button is the one to press? This one? Sorry about that, friends. My nose was bugging me, and I figured I'd save you guys the pain of listening to me blow my nose. So yeah, I just rigged this thing up where I've got this other camera over here, and it's on a little motorized slider, so it's constantly just moving a little bit, getting us a little bit of visual interest here. I haven't really set it up in like a particularly sophisticated way yet. It's just here. And, I want to play around with it a bit and get it figured out. I had to rig it up so it wouldn't overheat, which took some questionable engineering, but, seems to be working so far. All right, so... we gather 3 more blocks. We would reclaim blocks if we had any of our buildings destroyed. And I'm feeling really badly about putting this pedestal Jamie in the corner, because we could complete this foundation this round, this turn, if we had built that literally anywhere else. But we didn't. So, that's okay. Also, I could have placed this guy here, I think, right? With nothing adjacent to the block below her. Okay, so no, I couldn't have placed that guy there. Alright, so... I think we just try and cheese here and get some points on the map, or on the board. And... our best way to do that is probably just by getting these guards out. If we place these blocks here, 1, 2, 3, we gain these 2 help tiles. Okay, those are each worth 2 points. And then our guards need to be adjacent to an open wall. So they can both be adjacent to the same open wall. And I don't think we can place anything else out this round. Oh, I should have moved the round marker. Whoops. But we will earn 4 points, 2 for our princess, 2 for each, or 1 for each of our guards. That feels a little bit better. We're up to, what, 12 points so far, and the game's a third over. So, surely this will be fine. Alright, so we're going to flip out a card for each hazard, and then we're going to move the things. Oh, we're about to get absolutely destroyed, I'm sure. Hey, did I shuffle these? I know I did, but like, man. Oh, the only one that I wanted to be 2 was the dog, so it might move past us, but I failed. Questionable engineering is the only way. You're right. You're right. Okay, so let's resolve these effects. So the dragon. Remove all pieces and blocks from the top 2 layers. The bottom layer is never removed. So that's in, like, its column. So we just got absolutely screwed by that. So that sucks. The bottom layer is never removed, so it's gonna remove our one guard and this block and our princess. Poor Princess Jamie Daggers has been annihilated by a dragon. Did you get kissed? Alright, so what's the crab do? Oh, there's an ad running. Remove all sand blocks and pieces in squares adjacent to stones. Okay, so the crab, whatever, who cares? Well, that sucked. All right, we're gonna let that ad run out. And we'll continue getting our butts kicked. Or my butt kicked, I guess. Just gonna let that ad finish. You're back. Tell me, Sloth, are you in an ad right now? Because I feel like not Time Roller, Jesus. I feel like Twitch ad management was shitty and got shittier recently. I think they changed it to try and like optimize it. And like in my experience, viewers just get an inconsistent length of ads, and that's it. Hey, legends! Welcome in. Welcome in. Not right now. Yeah, exactly. All right. Thing with ads is it depends on regional demands too. Yeah, I think that's exactly it, Sloth. So the ads are, you know, they try to increase your ad revenue by automating some of the way that it runs it, and then it of course runs them based on whatever geographic region and all sorts of, who knows, interests, what other streams you watch or whatever, you know? So yeah, exactly. It's just interesting that it like the overall vibe, at least for me, obviously I'm quite a small streamer, but it just feels like the change is that it's inconsistent now. Whereas before it was like it would always be this block and I could be pretty certain that someone would be behind an ad during that time. Now it's just you don't know, right? Contracts, for example, I get mostly Portuguese ads. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that, I mean, I imagine, I feel like Twitch is, you know, predominantly English speaking, probably heavily biased towards North America. Maybe I'm making that up. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's probably the case. So I wonder if there's just fewer ads, you know, but unsure. Okay, so we're going to lose this game. Also, Legends, welcome in. And I have had this on the shelf for a while and also haven't played it before today. This is our warm-up round because I am losing fast. I don't know what I'm doing, and these hazards are kicking my ass. So, but yeah, Sloth, I think you were away. I was telling you about this little setup. I have the camera here on a slider, and it just to give it some visual interest. So I think it works. It's pretty cool. And then I have it set up so if I'm in this overhead view for like 10 minutes or so, it'll automatically switch to that slider view just briefly and then switch back. So I don't have to necessarily toggle it all the time. Hopefully keeps the stream a little bit more visually interesting. I think that that's one of the challenge with board game streams is that, like, you know, often there's not a whole lot going on, you know? I have a Brotherwise game in my backpack right now. Which one is it, Legends? I feel like I have a fair number of Brotherwise games. I used to have... God, why is it? Their first game. Why is the name escaping me? Night of the Ninja. I have not heard that. It's the video equivalent of seasoning a food. Yeah, totally. So tell me about Night of the Ninja. Boss Monster, that's it. Jamie Daggers with the save. Thank you. Boss Monster. So Boss Monster, I feel like Brotherwise got their start with Boss Monster, which makes me happy. I don't think it was a particularly good game. It just got by on really well executed graphic design. Like, it got by on nostalgia, essentially. But we have the other one, the Overboss, the updated. It's not Boss Monster, but same sort of universe, whatever. That's all right. And then I have Castles by the Sea, and I feel like I have another Brotherwise game. Did Brotherwise do the Dragon Prince game? I feel like they did. How can I call you for short? Like, what can you call me? James or Op or whatever? Anything like that? Opcost? Unless you're talking to Legends, in which case he just comes here and harasses me and says Team Martina and stuff like that. James, all right? Yeah, exactly. That works. Night of the Ninja is a social deduction game of trying to kill the opponents for honor. Wow. Okay. That's cool. Have you played it yet, Legends? Is it small? Like you mentioned, it's in your backpack. So is it like really portable, like Resistance, Avalon kind of thing? The latest social deduction game that we've been playing is Stationfall, which is like, it is pretty gnarly. Actually, it is a pretty heavy game. Oh, I've played that. It's very portable. It's cards. I played it at 11 players once, and it was awesome. They did make Dragon Prince Battle Charged. Yeah. I have the Dragon Prince game as well, which I have not played. My kids were really into Dragon Prince when I pre-ordered it, and then they had forgotten it existed by the time it arrived, and we haven't played it. Wow, I'm gonna have to check this out. Night of the Ninja, hey? Let me open up tab here and look that up. Because that doesn't ring a bell at all. I wonder what the reviews are like for Dragon Prince. Looks like not great, but not terrible. Maybe I'll have to check that out with Sarah one day. Reminds me a bit of Love Letter, just with more mechanics. Okay, that's interesting. I feel like Love Letter is one of our favorite games. Like, Love Letter is perhaps like one of my go-to recommendations for this is a game everyone should own, right? Because it's so portable, it's easy to learn, even non-gamers like it. And then it's like, I've played Love Letter hundreds of times, and it's still amusing. Am I going to sit there and play it all day? No. But am I ever going to say no to a round or two of Love Letter? No. It's fun, right? And the other Love Letter, like, derivatives, like there's a Marvel one, and there's a Star Wars one. They're all right as well. I don't think any of them are as good. And then there's another set of games that's very similar to Love Letter, not by the same publisher, not by AEG, but I can't remember what it's called right now. James, I forgot if I asked, but do you have the digital version of Terra Mystica on Steam? I do not, but I probably should. I've played Terra Mystica a ton, but always in person. And Time Roller, come on, we're 2 rounds in. I just got distracted by chat, so I haven't actually done anything. So let's actually play a turn here. So we gain 3 blocks, and then we reclaim blocks from our destroyed stuff. So unfortunately, For every 2 pieces that were destroyed, you gain 1 back. But you round down. So 3 pieces were destroyed, so we'll only get 1 additional block. But we do have 4 blocks to place out this time. I'm gonna discard this stupid fortress card. This foundation card, we can achieve 1 castle card each round. And I think we want to do this foundation one this round, because we can do it here with just 2 blocks, right? In Night of the Ninja, you draft 2 cards, then you go through different phases, playing a card if you have one for the phase. If you're on the winning team, you gain honor. Okay. So, I mean, having kind of a 1-card hand and then drafting an additional card on your turn, is that does sound very love letter-esque. Or even 2 cards is still hardly any, right? Kind of like Masquerade, but teams. I did not like Masquerade at all. I don't know, there was something about it that just didn't do it for me. And if I do, I'll let you know. Yeah, I will. I mean, I'll probably pick up Terra Mystica on Steam. I didn't even realize it was there, honestly. I'd be down for that, for sure. Okay, so now the only challenge with actually building this foundation is we might not be able to achieve it this turn, because in order to make the foundation, we have to have this have 1 block here and 1 block here. But we can't actually just place them like that. When we're placing every block we place, the first one can go anywhere, but every remaining block has to be touching a block we placed this round. And we can't go... I think our guards and stuff, it only matters for placement that they're open. I think after that we can change it, because we could go kind of, you know, up and over here. But I think what would be better is maybe we try and get this battlement this turn, and then the foundation next turn by placing more here. Wait, I'm dumb. Sorry, I've been thinking of Mystic Vale. Oh wow, Mystic Vale was a game I've only played once, but I really enjoyed it and wanted to play more. I played it at a convention and meant to pick it up, but didn't. Heroic Logic, welcome in. Okay, we gotta earn some points. We gotta get this princess back out, and we gotta get these battlements built, or we're gonna lose horribly here. I think we're gonna lose horribly anyway. I feel like when we're doing our placements of our pieces... Okay, yeah, so these things need to remain empty permanently, as shown on our cards down here, but these ones, the white ones, only need to be remain empty when we place them. So we can probably do something, you know, half-ass clever and make something happen over here. So the battlements, we could build. This dragon might just annihilate us. I don't know. But if we place this, we've achieved our battlements, right? And then the question is, what do we do with these remaining ones? We could place our other guard here right now, easily. Okay. And he only needs 1 open thing. So if we also place this here, we can put our princess there. So our guard... Oh, wait. Nothing adjacent to the block below her. Okay, so... on any of them. We can't place a guard there if we do that. Man, I suck at spatial things. Okay, so hold on. We got to be able to do this. We can go like that. We can have something like that. So our princess and our guard. And then if we go here, we can later place an archer on this side, but not immediately. This didn't help us achieve our fortress or foundation in any way. I completely forgot about doing that. But that's okay. Good morning, people. Welcome in. Hey, Razor. Nice to see you. Save Princess Jamie lest the toothful eats her. It's true. It's not an off-cost stream without a horrible loss. That hurts because it's true. Also nice to see you, Risto. Midnight for me, so I'm also going to lurk. Appreciate that lurk, Sloth. All right. So, I think our camera is letting us down because everything, all the action is in the back here. All the action in the back. That sounds a little iffy. All right, anyhow. We can place pieces now. So let's get this princess up on her pedestal. Princess Jamie Daggers on the pedestal. We're going to put our other guard over here. And then sometime later, we're going to use this to place an archer. We just can't do it this particular round. Okay. And then maybe we can also set this up so we can have some doors, or I don't know. I've kind of neglected all of the buildings, frankly. I'm not doing well. But we get to score points. We get 4 points again. So that's cool. We're at 16 so far. Now we have to do the hazards. So we're going to flip this card. Oh, goody. So the dragon's going to move 1, 2, 3, and will activate this turn, but we'll deal with that after. The Great Claw is only going to move 1 and will not activate. And the Doggo isn't going to move at all and won't activate. So the dragon in its row here is going to remove all blocks from the top 2 layers, but there are none. So we're fine. Are you playing against the tide? Well, we're at the beach and there's these hazards. So we got a dragon, which is like a kite. We got a dog, the terror, and we got the Great Claw, a crab. That's right, you put some respect on my name. I like it. All right. So, we got 3 rounds left before the sun sets and our day is over, and we have earned 16 out of the 50 points we wanted to achieve. So, it ain't looking pretty, okay? But we get our 3 blocks. We can put out these 2 guys. Oh, hey. And we achieved our battlements last turn, right? Because we had that line of 4. So we get a new one of these. We can only achieve 1. Have your pieces in 6 different tiles. Well, we currently have 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's perhaps achievable. It wouldn't be terrible to come pick up these other pieces of kelp, because those will give us 2 bonus points each at the end of the round, or at the end of the game, and we're going to need them. Salchi with the solo raid. Welcome in. How you been? Hopefully you're doing well. Also, listen, I'm going to do something I don't think I'm supposed to. We're just going to pretend that's you know, whatever. We're going to ignore the rules. No, I don't want YouTube Studio. Man, the YouTube interface just leaves something to be desired for streaming. Okay, but I'm going to drop the YouTube link in chat. And, like, if somebody could check it out, tell me whether it's working or not. If you want to lurk there and help me get some watch hours on YouTube, I'm not going to complain. All right. Hello, Lady Opcos. Go Team Martina. It's true. Martina is much more amusing than I am, sadly. Okay, have your pieces in 6 different tiles. I feel like achieving these is pretty essential to success, and, you know, I don't think we're going to do it. I think we're doing really bad on it. So we can place both of our archers this round. So that's good. And we don't have to do anything to achieve that. But we probably want to place out some of these other things sooner rather than later. So if we started building here, we could put a door in between. That's worth a point. tower must always have 2 open walls adjacent to it. So we could make it so that we can place a tower this time as well. That's an option. Let's try that. We don't know what we're doing, so let's just do this. Let's continue working our way across the board here. Where's this stone supposed to be? Oh, maybe that isn't going to work how I thought it was. I think we can actually just place... Oh, one of the blocks has to be the one we place this turn when we're placing buildings. So we could have put our door down earlier if I had been clever, like here last round. We might just have to retcon that and pretend we did it. Let's see, can we place them between blocks or stone that's already on the board? Need to be clever and plan ahead. That's what the rules say. God. Okay, it says it must be built between 2 blocks. I'm assuming that isn't stone, but I don't actually know. I have no idea. We'll figure that out some other time. I was watching for a few seconds on YouTube and it was working. I appreciate you, Legends. Okay, how the hell are we going to earn some points here? These actually, like, if I had known what I was doing, this would have worked really well. And instead, I've just sort of, you know, screwed myself here. We can place a tower out, but I don't know how useful that is. We could also just build here. Oh no, our archway needs open stuff beside it. Well, I don't know that I thought through anything when I started playing this game. I just like, let's throw some blocks down here. What could go wrong? You know? Whoopsie doodles. That was a mistake. Shall there be some ROR returns this evening? Fred, I think we could probably make that happen. Have you tried it yet? For those who don't know, Risk of Rain Returns. It's a little roguelite kind of game that came out. Risk of Rain came out, I don't know, 10 years ago or something now. Maybe not 10. And Risk of Rain Returns is essentially like a new version of that. They kind of redid it, like a remastered version. And Risk of Rain was a game that I deeply enjoyed. The biggest problem it had is that multiplayer was essentially non-functional out of the box. It was like you had to jump through a ton of hoops to get it to work. It was like peer-to-peer, and you needed some software to make it happen. And it just sort of like sucked, basically, is the short version. So Risk of Rain Returns, I think, is supposed to be a little better in that regard. I'm just going to check something really quick here. Well, this didn't help me. You were waiting for Max. Okay, cool. That's nice of you. Yeah, I played the tutorial, and the tutorial got bugged, so I couldn't complete it. So then I closed the tutorial, and it just led me into the main game. And I played for, 30 seconds until I died. I mean, I didn't really try to do anything other than die, really. But, it seemed very smooth compared to original Risk of Rain. Okay, what the hell am I trying to do here? This is not working out very well. I just want to know, in the event, like, can I place a thing? Is a stone a block? That's what I want to know. What is it with this channel and the constant threat of death? I thought we were just building castles for the fish prince. Oh man, I'm still upset about that stupid fish prince. Oh wow, I looked up this thing and Jillian answered me. Mean Pomelo. Would you look at that? Page 17 of the rulebook. She even told me where to find it. It does not say that here. Oh yes, it totally does. Oh my god. Okay. So, I should have just reached out to Jillian. I should have asked. Alright, let's actually finish this turn. Because man, this has been... I've just been chatting and screwing around and whatever. So, we can use these blocks in order to place... So we could have done one here forever ago, but we didn't know. However, on my last turn, I could have put this one here, and I'm totally doing that now. And taking my extra point that I would have earned. Because I'm going to need it. So we got 3 blocks. We want to either try to get on 6 different tiles, which is not achievable for us this round. Or we want to build this weird foundation-y thing. It's like a plus sign. Which probably also isn't achievable this round. The foundation, we've kind of screwed ourselves on building that, actually. I think we should just throw that away. We'll get to 6 eventually here. So I think we should try and just make some structures here that will earn us some points. So if we put a block here, then we're going to be able to put a door here. That'll be nice. And we can probably place these like that. We'll get to pick up our kelp, so we'll earn an extra 2 points, and then we can put a tower on top of this piece, right? We can put our door here, and the tower must always have at least 2 open walls adjacent. We can do that. And then we'll score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot better. Okay, a couple more rounds like that, and we might actually not fail horribly. Sadly, there's only 2 more rounds left. So, we'll see how that goes. Man, that fish prince. We should play some more King of the Castle. It has been a hot minute. Got to do hazards before I move the round marker. So the dragon does not move or activate. Our crabby friend, oh no, moves 1, 2, and then does activate. And the dog moves 1 and does not activate. So the crab says remove all sand blocks and pieces in squares adjacent to stones. In this thing here. So I'm assuming that means orthogonally adjacent. So that means our door that we just built just got blowed up. So that sucks. And having only 1 piece means that we don't actually gain any extra income. We just get our 3 blocks and that's it. So we got 2 more rounds. What do we earn so far? We got 18, 26 points. We're halfway to 50. We got 2 more rounds. Yikes. Let's do it. Yeah, that's a good idea. I would be down for some King of the Castle sometime. I got to figure out when that's going to be. But, you know. Could be sometime in the next couple of weeks here. I'm streaming on Twitch on Thursday nights and Sunday afternoons. And then I've started streaming on YouTube on Wednesday evenings. And I'm going to continue doing that on YouTube. I have no viewers, basically. But my daughter and I can stream together. And that's really nice, because she has enough free time to join me for a game. And she's probably better than I am at games anyway. So. Okay. So, let's discard this stupid... I mean... Yeah, let's just get rid of this stupid foundation thing and take another one. Have 3 of your pieces adjacent to the tide pool. Well, we have 0 adjacent to the tide pool right now. That's only worth 3 points. We could work on that. Only having 3 blocks sort of sucks. I mean, we could achieve this one and place out our other door. That would be an option. That would earn us effectively 4 additional points. Or we could achieve this one. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles right now. If I place them like here, for instance, I could achieve this one, but I wouldn't get the... We'll get this one eventually. We don't need to do that. So let's do this. Let's do this. We put these 3 here. It doesn't really help us do anything miraculous and amazing, but we pick up this kelp. That's 2 bonus points. We can place our door in the middle of these. And we've achieved this last line of defense card. Okay. So that feels okay. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points again. And then our hazards are going to activate. So, flip the dragon. It's going to move 1 spot. Our Great Claw, I should have shuffled this deck because it activated last time. My mistake. Give this a quick shuffle. In the meantime, you guys can admire the crappy board I've built here. Okay, the crab, the Great Claw is going to move 2. And then the Terror is going to move 1, 2, and then activate. Remove all pieces and sand blocks from the closest tile in the lane. That's this one, which has nothing on it. So that worked out really nicely. All right, and we'll shuffle this up. It's the last round. I've got 25, 35, 41 points so far, so it's not, it's possible, it's achievable here. We'll get there, we'll get to 50. You get another one of these. Have 3 of your structures adjacent to the same outer board edge. Well, we're not doing that, but we can get pieces on 6 different tiles. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now, so we just need to build on any of these tiles. Given that it's going to be very hard for us to get any of our other buildings and stuff out. Oh, I could have put out my archers like 2 rounds ago. I forgot. I am not good at this game. All right, let's take our income. We get 3 cubes. Let's put them in a little L shape down here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we don't have another door. Why would I put an L shape? Okay, hold on. We want to get this kelp, but we want to make this work for ourselves. I don't think we can get this tower because it has to have 2 open walls adjacent to it. But I think we could use this to achieve that. So we can go like 1, 2, and then this other thing has to go somewhere. I don't know. But we get our kelp. We can put our tower up here. I don't know why I thought that wasn't achievable. I think I thought I had to build it up and have the tower on the 3rd level. And let's not forget our archers can exist over here. We forgot them this whole time. Whoops. Ooh, Castles by the Sea. We mess up every time we play, but it's always fun. Yeah, Jamie said you guys had played this a bunch. Have you guys played it mostly 2-player or with Jamie's parents, or how's that work? Obviously, I'm playing solo tonight. Also, welcome in, Rachel. No, we have played with her parents. Okay, nice. Nice. That's great. Yeah, this feels like a very family-friendly game. Though it does seem like it's quite easy to make little, like, minor placement errors and things like that. But it definitely seems like it's light, you know? Okay, so we put out our blocks. We placed our pieces. We get to score. So we're going to take our hunting grounds card because we have pieces on at least 6 different tiles. Easy peasy. We can only score 1 of them anyway, so we don't care about the settlements. And then we get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points. Definitely. And her mom loves the ocean as much as she loves the bees. Oh, well, that works out well, too. I mean, it's always nice when, you know, a theme can really, like, bring a game together or get someone interested when they might not be otherwise, you know? That's always awesome. So that's great. I like the theme. I like the cutesy art. I like the crab. And you probably missed it, but we have the princess. That's Jamie. So Jamie's over here on a pedestal. I don't know if I can catch that on the slider. Probably not. No, just out of frame. Just hiding over here on a pedestal. 110%. Yeah, totally. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we play games with my parents a lot. I mean, Heavy Tech Mech was in chat earlier. That's my stepdad. We play games at their house usually every week. And lately we've been playing, well, for a bit there, we had been playing, like, kind of shifting towards lighter games, I think. And then we kind of changed our schedule around so we can play the same game a couple of times. And we most recently played Station Fall, which is not a light game in the slightest. It's like a gamer's game, social deduction. It was a little wild, actually. Okay, let me make sure I do the last round here correctly. So... After the 6th round, complete the hazard step once, then score again. Okay, so so essentially we're going to do hazards again, and then score, I think. So, flip out the dragon. It's going to move 1, 2, 3, and it will activate. The Great Claw is going to move 1, and it will activate. And then the Terror is going to move 1, and it will not activate. Chat has stung James 172 times. Jesus. That's a lot of bee puns. To be honest, the bee puns have kind of I went on hiatus, and so did the puns. They just dropped off a cliff. Okay, so what's our dragon do here? Remove all pieces and blocks from the top 2 layers. The bottom layer is never removed. So our poor archer over here is gonna suffer. And then our Great Claw, I think, removes pieces adjacent to stones. So that'll be our door over here gets busted up. That's a shame. We're gonna shuffle these decks up, activate this one more time, and then we get to see our final score. Well, we get to score one more time too. Oh, I think only mods can do the bee pun thing. I think I've been meaning to fix that for about a year. Whoops. Sorry, Rachel. All right, so we're going to activate these guys one more time, which probably means they're not going to do anything unless we get the triple card like we just did. So it's going to move 1, 2, 3. It's going to remove all pieces adjacent to stones. So goodbye, tower. I didn't like you anyway. I guess this... Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then the Terror is not going to move or activate. Okay, and then we do one final scoring. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 additional points. And then we are done. And we get to see... Did we... I mean, 50 is really, like, pathetic scoring. But that was the goal we set for our first playthrough. So let's see if we made it. We got 10... 20, 35, 40, 42, and then each of these is worth 2. So 52, 54, and then 8, 11. So we got 65 points. Sadness. That's one box of dots in the garbage. Listen, you should at least send the dots to me. Look, I have like honorary dots back here that I'm like just leaving to you know, increase in greatness and quality. I'm just gonna leave them here forever. You know, it's like they're fermenting. Well, not fermenting, not quite, but you know, marinating in their own greatness. That's fun. The longer they sit, the same they taste. Grotesque. Listen, don't make me talk about Three Musketeers. I'll do it, Rachel. If you want to drop words like grotesque. Ooh. All right. So we got 65 points. Let's see where 65 points puts us. Guardian of the Sand. I'll take that. James, you won't believe this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Here it comes. We were at a friend's house last weekend, and I made her tell them about her Three Musketeers crimes. I don't believe you. I do not believe you, Jamie. Okay, listen. For anyone in chat, no, I can't even say it. I can't even say it. But like, Rachel does bad things with Three Musketeers, and I cannot believe. I think there's an ad too. What timing? Saved by the ad. Wow. All right, while this ad runs, I'm going to try and get this set up. We're going to try one more time with some different cards. See what happens. See if we can do a little better. They're going to think I have some kind of candy-based kink. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you do. I think if I explain the Three Musketeers thing, I will literally like dry heave. Like, it's just gross. It's not that bad. I'm teasing, but still, it's that bad. All right, let's get this set up. I think we're just gonna flip our cards over. Though there were some cards we cannot play with in the solo mode, and I don't know why. We'll have to see. What a fun little game. All right. Should we try the other three hazards? Let's do that. Dragon, the Great Claw, and the Terror go away, only to be replaced by the Giant. That's the baby. The Meteor. That's like a volleyball or something. And the Sandstorm, which is probably exactly what it sounds like. There we go. Okay, Rachel, I find it very surprising that you found like partners in crime. I will say Three Musketeers, sometimes the outside like is crumbly or whatever, and like I could see sometimes like a little piece might come off or whatever. But that's where it ends for me. That's where it ends for me. The Meteor, that sounds safe. It's true. It's true. It definitely sounds positively okay. What could go wrong? But hey, we beat it. We beat our 50-point goal last time. So let's see and make sure that I don't make a mistake here and play with a card that is not allowed. Can we use Monument? It looks like yes. Outpost, probably. Window, sure. Can't use the Thief, Hunter, or Duelist. There's the Thief and the Duelist. So we got to get rid of these guys. And we can replace them with the... not the Hunter. How about the Prince and the Ranger? Sure. Let's do that. We all agreed it's too hard to do with the mini Musketeers. It needs to be of fun size or larger. The fun size is ideal. So I feel like I haven't seen a Three Musketeers bar in a hot minute. You know, I feel like they used to be like a candy staple, like at Halloween time. Not anymore, at least not here. So that's a shame. How do you guys feel about score? That's what I need to know. This is like the most important question ever to exist. Also, before I forget, I'm going to mention this now. How are things going with the TTAD planning? Is that going to be a thing? Do I make the cut with my cool idea? It wasn't a cool idea at all. I phoned it in on filling out that form and thought I would get in on. I know a guy. Love Score. You're releasing it tomorrow. Cool. Nice. Perfect. I'm on there. Yes, I made it. I conned Martina into helping me out with Tabletop After Dark. I think it's on the 26th. Rachel will correct me if I'm wrong. The 26th is when I asked Martina to help, so I hope that that's the one. All right. So let's see what we've got. We're gonna play Castles by the Sea one more time here. Let's go for broke. Let's try and see if we can hit that 90 points threshold. That's the like we're super good gamers and stuff. What do we? Lord of the Beach, 90 or more points. I don't think there's any chance we're gonna get there, but we'll see. So let's take a look here. Our hazards this time, we've got the Giant. The Giant simply removes all figures in the lane that it's in. So that seems a lot harder than the other ones we had. The Meteor, we roll the Meteor die, which is this little guy. Looks kind of cool, you know? And remove all pieces from the tile rolled. Okay, so it's got like 1, 2, 3, so it would be like 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then finally the Sandstorm. Add a sand block on top of every open sand block and stone in the lane. Replace all structures with sand blocks. Okay, so we said we're going to go for 90 points, and then the hazards we got are like 1,000 times more difficult than the ones we had last game. Whoops. Okay. So let's take a look here. Our monument is worth 1 for income, but when we place it, we score 3 points, which is interesting because that might be abusable. For instance, if the Meteor takes out our monument, I think we get them back, and we could then rebuild it and score additional points each time. So that would be cool, because it doesn't actually cost us anything as long as we have an appropriate place to build it. The outposts here, worth an additional 1 for every hazard threatening the tile this piece is in. Okay. May not be placed in a tile with friendly structures. Okay, so the outposts have to be all on their own, and they have to be up on level 2, like kind of like that. So that'll be interesting. The window, worth an additional 1 for each piece in line of sight of the faces. So it starts out as being worth 2. And then it's potentially worth more as long as in that row or column we've got other stuff. So hopefully we can place our dudes where they can be spotted from the window. Okay, our wizard is worth 3, but it's worth -1 for each hazard threatening it during the scoring phase. And it has to be up on a super pedestal. It has to be up 3 high. So that's a little rough. And then the Prince, this turn hazards do not destroy friendly figures or the sand blocks under them on the turn it's placed. So maybe we need to do a little bit of anticipation there. Save our, Prince or whatever, or Wizard rather. And then the Ranger, we reveal a card from the top of any hazard deck, and that's when this guy's destroyed. So the Ranger's dying makes additional hazards occur. That sucks. I think we just don't want to play those at all. That sounds awful. Let's look that up and make sure we got that right. Okay, yeah, so it's exactly what it sounds like. Yikes. Okay, well, let's give this a go. So, round one, we gain 3 sand blocks. We then get to place those out. So, let's try and be even remotely clever here. If we want to get a window, it needs to be between, like level 2, between 2 kind of pillars. We want to save our prints for when we think hazards are going to activate, and that's going to be a problem. And we probably want to anticipate where this meteor is going to hit and try and get our monument in the way, because I mean, we have to roll it, which is really unlikely. But we could build our monument here, for instance. We basically can't build anything else near the monument. Oh, you know what? We need our 2 cards. Ambush. Place 5 of your pieces in 1 turn. That ain't happening. Impact zone. Have your pieces in all 3 tiles in a lane. Okay, maybe. So, we can't really, you know, we could do something cheesy. We want to get our window in a clever, like a good spot where it's going to actually, you know, be useful and be able to see things. We're going to decide that that spot is here. So we're going to place these blocks where they're positively worthless right now, and just hope that that sorts itself out at some time in the future. Do we literally get nothing if we do it this way? Maybe let's not get nothing. Right? Oh, we could place our monument. That's right. Which would let us score 4 points, essentially. Or we could, instead of placing our monument, it's probably not going to get blowed up this turn, we could place not 1 but 2 towers. Oh, it's the towers, or outposts rather, are worth nothing unless hazards are threatening them. Forget that. Let's just put this big boy monument. We get 3 points immediately. Then we score, we'll get 1 additional point. And then we got to resolve our hazards here. Oh, goody. 1, 2, 3. Our baby's gonna activate. Oh my god, the meteor is as well. Okay, well, this took a lot. I love shuffling. I'm so good. I'm so good at it. So good at it. I'm gonna slide these over a little bit, give myself a little bit more space. Okay, so we still gotta move this guy. 1, 2. Okay, so our baby activates. Remove all figures in the lane. Joke's on them. That's nothing. And then the meteor activates. So that will be here. So we're gonna roll this. We actually want to blow this up. Remove all pieces and sand blocks from the rolled tile. The example they give is not very useful. Pieces must include structures, I think. Yeah, because figures was the term they used for the other thing. Alright, what do we got here? We got a 1! We got a 1! Alright, let's just double check this meteor. Does it blow up our building? And we hope that the answer is yes. All pieces and sand blocks there. Okay, well, as far as I know, our buildings and our any structure or figure. All right, So this gets blowed up, as do these. But that's okay, because when we place out our monument, we get an additional 3 points. So we actually want it to get blowed up. That's good. That's good. All planned. All planned. Shuffle up our decks here. It is now round 5. Do we want to discard one of these things? I don't think we're going to place 5 pieces in one turn. Hinterlands. Have 3 of your figures adjacent to the same outer board edge. Man, I don't know. Seem hard to achieve. But we get 3 tiles, and because we have 2 here, we get 1 additional one. So we have 4 sand blocks to place this turn. That's nice. That's nice. So we could get our wizard out. That would feel pretty okay. We want our wizard. Our wizard loses for having, or loses points for having hazards threaten him, and he needs to be on a 3 high block, which is a little unfortunate, honestly, because we can't. 4 blocks is not enough to place both an outpost and a wizard, and all of the things adjacent to our monument need to be empty. We probably just want to place our monument out anyhow. It's worth 4 points anyway, right? Worry about the wizard some other time. So, and that's only when we place it that those need to be empty. That means we basically need to build entirely flat. Let's do this. Let's just put our 4 pieces up here. Boom. Make some huge flat thing. Take these 2 pieces of kelp. They're worth 2 bonus points each. We can place our monument anywhere along this top border here, but I'm not sure. Probably let's do that. I mean, we want it to die. Well, the baby removes figures, so not structures. The sandstorm would do it. Sandstorm has a decent chance of activating here, so let's try it there. Put it there. We gain 3 points. Can we place any of our other figures? We could place our prince, but we want our things to get destroyed potentially. So we don't want to do that. And we could place an outpost here. Okay, cool. So then we score. We get 1 point for our monument, 1 point for this hazard, which is threatening our outpost, for a whopping 2 points. And then we get to activate these guys. Oh my god, the baby's gonna go crazy again. It's gonna move 1, 2, 3, and then he'll activate. Our sandstorm, or sorry, meteor is just gonna hang out. And the sandstorm is gonna move 2. Oh, we had planned this out so that this would get annihilated. But the baby's in the way now, so it's gonna move 1, 2. And it's gonna ruin the wrong building. So add a sand block on top of every open sand block and stone in the lane. Replace all structures with sand blocks. Whomp. So it was very sandy. We almost played that out so we could get our monument destroyed again. I mean, we did, but that baby ruined our day. Man, I hate it when babies get in the way of building a castle. I agree. It's one of my, like, you know, if I had a list of pet peeves, that's near the top. Definitely near the top. Damn those babies. Always getting in the way of my castle dreams. might be a fish prince in that castle. You never know. All right. So we get our 3 things. I don't actually know. I should check. Do buildings that were destroyed count toward our income? They do, I think, but we still would. We need at least 2, which didn't happen. Is destroyed. That includes buildings, but we didn't get enough. There wasn't enough destruction for us to gain a thing. We're not going to do this hinterlands thing. Let's just discard it. We're really striking out on these. Cage of the Beast. Have your pieces in all 4 squares adjacent to the same stone. God, that's horrific. Babies be like that. It's true. It's true. Okay, well, the fact that the sandstorm added a bunch of sand makes it actually pretty easy to place our wizard. And the wizard's worth a lot of points, so we should probably place a block over here somewhere to get that wizard out. Now, we could still play an outpost potentially, but I don't know. Maybe we can't. And there's the window. I mean, if this piece wasn't here, we could place a window, which would be really cool, but in fact, that piece is there. Or if we had 4 blocks, which we almost did, but instead do not. Okay, so and we set it up so we can build a window right here. We got this little nook, right? Where a window could potentially go here and a wizard over here. Right? Maybe. Maybe. I don't think we can do it. Because we actually can't place this block here on its own unless we place another block on top of it, because it has all blocks we place this round have to be adjacent to other placed blocks. So if we're getting our wizard, we can't get a window. Well, let's just get a stupid wizard then. Right? Right? All we want is a wizard. He's worth 3 points. Windows are worth more points for each piece they can see, but that feels tricky. Feels tricky. Okay, so look. How do we even get the wizard? He's got to be on a 3 high block. Then what the hell do we do with these? I don't know. Do we have to place them all? I don't even know. Place any of your sand blocks on the board. So it sounds like no. Well, maybe we just get a wizard. And then we can do cool things next time. Okay. Bang. So, we've, I guess this wizard, unfortunately, I placed absolutely suboptimally and is only worth 2 points. So we're going to score 3. And we've failed these things, so that sucks. But, oh well. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Oh, meteor's gonna move too. Maybe we'll crush our monument again so we can abuse that for points. I also forgot to move the baby. All right. I feel like I've played 3 rounds. Yeah. We got 3 rounds left. This is definitely a loss. We're not making it. I'm sorry, friends. I suck at this game. I really, really suck. But we get 3 pieces. And that means we have 5 this round. So the placement rules are still the same, right? But I mean, we could straight up build the structure necessary for a window. I don't know whether there's anywhere we can put a window where it's going to actually see any pieces. If we build it over here, it would see this guy. But that's a terrible place to put it, because where else are we going to put pieces that are in line of sight? Like nowhere, right? Because in the middle here, we have that pool in the center that's blocking everything. And we could build a window over here, be a piece in front of it. We could potentially put more. That could work. We could leverage that stone in order to do it a little more easily. Mind you, it doesn't actually make it easier at all, because we can't just place the piece over here on its own. If we put it on top of that stone, we're kind of screwed. It's floating in the ether. Okay, let's just abuse the fact that we have 5 pieces. Let's put them all right here. Take our kelp. Oh, I could have thrown one of these away also and taken something new that's maybe achievable. Oh, we have to build stairs. We could do that. That might actually change what we want to do this round. We can do that immediately with 1 block. Then it's done. Kind of screws our window dreams. Mind you, 5 points immediately instead of like 1 point. Okay, so what if we do this? We've got our stairs. We can collect our kelp. We can place an outpost. An outpost? Do we even want that outpost there? Or do we want to save that for a window? It's currently worth 1. That outpost is worth 0, because it's only worth points if it's being threatened by a hazard, which it isn't. Overall, this is just feeling like a bad move. Can never place things in those spots around it, which this just screws our ability to place a window. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna keep these 3. We're gonna place, this feels so bad. We're gonna place 2 blocks. That gets us our stairs. And we can actually just place an outpost here. It's worth no points, but it's not in our way. And it will be worth points later, perhaps. God, that was terrible. Okay, so we completed our stairs. Yay! We score 4 points. Not our worst. We're certainly not winning. And then we activate our things here. Baby has not destroyed us yet. The meteor will, however, though. And it's in a position where it's not going to do anything useful for us. And the sandstorm will as well, and it also isn't going to do anything useful. Okay, so the meteor die, let's roll that. We rolled a 3. So this spot here, remove all pieces and sand blocks. That's nothing. Who cares? And then the sandstorm is going to sweep across here. We add a sand block on top of every open sand block and stone in the lane. That's just one. We've really avoided that area of the map. So that kind of didn't do anything either. And now we have a whopping 2 rounds left. We said we were going to try and get 90 points. I currently have 25. Mistakes were made, okay? Mistakes were made. We do scale, you know, it gets easier to score points later in the game because you score points essentially cumulatively for all your pieces that are out. But still. Place the 6th piece in a tile. That's city center. That feels almost impossible to do. Right? Because pieces are only our figures and our other things, not the sand blocks, I do believe. I feel like any structure or figure, not sand blocks. 6 in one tile. We have 2 here, and like basically couldn't put any more. Getting 6 is going to be largely impossible. Let's just forget about that. Okay, we get 3 of these. We got 6 pieces of sand, blocks of sand that we can place. If we put our window, I mean, line of sight, I'm assuming, is a straight line. Let's read about how our window works for scoring. I think we're going to get... It sounds like it could be worth lots of points, but it's actually really hard to do. Does not clarify what it means by line of sight, but I'm going to assume that's a direct straight line at any vertical height. So, I forgot windows are worth 2 points just on their own, so it's almost for sure worth building a window. We actually can't build one over here because it needs to be in between 2 other blocks, and we couldn't put it between 2 other blocks at the edge of the map there. So that was a mistake. We could still build one over here where this guy would be in line of sight. So that's a pretty easy option. We could also collect this kelp while doing that. That's not horrible. What would that look like? We'd go 1, 2, 3. Now, do we want to put out our prints? This turn, hazards do not destroy friendly figures or the sand blocks into them. Figures we don't really care about. The only thing that's going to destroy our figures is the giant. I mean, maybe we do care about that, actually. Prince has to be up on a thing, but not... Like, he needs an open space beside him. We could just put this down as well and place our prints there. Hazards. This turn, hazards do not destroy friendly figures or the sand blocks under them. Okay. Oh, actually, oh man, it sucks. We can almost get our window to work. I wish we could put this guy here and then place him immediately in front of the window, just peering in creepily. But unfortunately, that would mean we have something right in front of our window, which we can't. All right, let's do that. So we get to score. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus an additional point for the dude in line of sight. So we get 8 points. It's a lot better. Sadly, there's only 2 rounds left, this inclusive of this one. You know what? Let's retcon this decision. If I'd placed this guy here, we would have achieved this. Have all your pieces in all 3 tiles in a lane. Let's just do that. And we get to do hazards. The baby's probably going to come crash our party. Oh, it does not. The meteor is going to move 2. Also does not crash our party. And the sandstorm is going to move 2. And it's just whirling away over there. No big deal. Okay, last round. We do get to score twice at the end of this round, essentially, which will be nice. We gain 3 blocks. Now, what the hell are we going to do? I mean, we can build another window. If we do that, it's worth 3 points. If we built it over here, for instance, it would be in line of sight of that. The well is worth 7. I mean, we could build that well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but our pieces wouldn't all be adjacent. So we can't actually complete the well this turn. Because there's not space because of the stupid pond in the middle. Who has water at the beach? Ridiculous. All right. I think probably we just want to build our window over here somewhere. Because it's worth at least 3 points. And potentially we're scoring it another time, right? Because we can go 1, 2, 3. We have this extra piece of sand, but we got nothing to do with it. We can build this window right here. There's like almost a way for us to be useful and get an additional guy out, but not quite. Not with only 1 block, I think. Last time I'm checking the rule was swear. I don't swear it. Okay, I think that's it. We didn't get to achieve either of these. Sucks to suck. But we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. Plus 2 additional points from those windows, 1 each. Our outpost has achieved nothing and is worth 0, so that sucks. Then we get to activate all of our friends here, and they're all going to trigger, right? This guy's going to move 1, 2, and activate. The meteor is going to move 1, 2, 3, and then activate. And the sandstorm is going to move 1, and then activate. So, our baby. Remove all figures in the lane. So, we'll remove this guy, our prince, because we placed him last time. Hey, Grumpy Crane Studio. Welcome in, friends. I don't know why my raid graphic didn't play, but welcome in. Thanks for that raid. Appreciate you. How was painting going? What were you guys working on tonight? Tell me about it. I gotta say, I've been dropping into your chat most mornings while I work from home, and while I've been working, I like work and lurk, and it's been really nice. It's been really nice for sure. So hope you were working on something cool. Those of you who just raided in with Grumpy, if you don't know me, I'm James Opcost, and we play board games here. So I spend a lot of time hanging out with mini painters, do board game adjacent stuff on Twitch. One day I'll paint some more minis, but so far it's at 1 for the year. But we play board games here, and today I'm playing this game here, Castles by the Sea. Am I winning? I mean, it's a solo game, so it's just us versus the scoreboard in this particular game. But so far it's been going so good. Like we've played once. We're just about to finish our second game, which is going to be a horrific loss. But we won our first game, so that was pretty all right. Also, for those of you who are in chat, if you don't follow Grumpy Crane Studio, you should. Apparently there's an ad. Perfect timing. I suck at streaming now. I can never manage my ads. Blah. All right, I'm gonna let this ad run. I took on the daggers. Oh, wow. I want to talk to you guys about this. I really should have paused that ad. All right. I want to talk to you guys about so much stuff. Okay, while that ad's running, let's finish up what we were doing here. So the baby activated. It destroyed all figures in this lane. That was our poor little prince. He got stomped. The meteor is going to activate over here. So we're going to roll this die. And of course we rolled a 2, so it's going to blow up everything over here. All pieces and sand blocks from the rolled tile. So all of our high scoring pieces just got annihilated. So that's a doozy. And then the sandstorm is going to activate. And I don't know if it actually matters. All structures get replaced with sand blocks. Let's just do that and otherwise not worry about it. So that screwed us. Hard. I'm here, James. I'm here. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are back. Yeah, I find I always have sucked at ad management, and I feel like I took a couple month break, and I feel like the way ads work now is just a little bit different, and like, I don't know. It's like a conspiracy that the ads are going to run exactly at the worst possible moment, and I'm not going to notice. So, anyways, appreciate that raid. And what was I going to talk to you about? Oh yeah, you mentioned that you did the 4 paint challenge. Did you use the like similar colors to what Jamie had used, or did you pick a different palette? If you've got like a link to the final result, I'd love to see it. You could just drop it in chat. Also, Pucara, I do have Tabletop Simulator, and I do also have Spirit Island, the standalone, like there's a digital adaptation of it on Steam. I do have that as well. Spirit Island is amazingly easier to play, or not easier to play, faster to play digitally than on the table, just because there's so much bookkeeping in that game, you know? There's lots. But yeah, Mr. Slugginator in chat, he and I have played the digital version of Spirit Island a lot. I think it's one of his favorite games. Doing mine tomorrow with the same colors on my Friday stream? Nice, Lion. That's awesome. That's great. Yep, I think they were pretty close. I've only posted it in my Discord and Jamie's so far. Which would you like a link to? Whatever's handy. Just drop it in chat. I think I'm on both of those. I could probably go find it, but if you drop it in chat, we can share with everyone. You know. We like the tabletop sim mod better than the dedicated digital one. Yeah, I find the interface for the digital Spirit Island leaves something to be desired, but I've never loved Tabletop Simulator. I don't know. It's okay. It's a hell of a lot better than Sovereignty, which is just bleh. But I'd be down to try. That's Grumpy's fella. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. This is way better than Jamie's mini. That looks great. That's cool. What's the mini from? Book is fast. It's true. It's better for some games than others and really depends on the plugin/mod people make. Yeah, agreed entirely. Totally. Deep Madness by Dimension Games and Jellycube. I totally know what you're talking about. Yes, I know those things. It's funny. I was gifted the set, so I use them for quick stuff. That's cool. Well, it looks great. That's awesome. And how did you feel about the like 4-color challenge overall? Was it like I think, you know, I get the vibe from Jamie. Listen, I'm an absolute novice painter. I've painted a couple of minis in my life. I dream of painting more. I never actually do. I'm trying to solve that, but so far have not been very successful. But do you find that the limited palette is like useful for like growth? Like I find that that's true, not just in artistic pursuits, but like just generally in life. Constraints, you know, encourage creativity, I think, right? Anytime purple or teal are used, automatic seal of approval from me. Nice, nice. Also, I think we had a couple follows in there. Thanks to those of you who rated in and followed. I'm streaming. I've started recently playing around with streaming both to Twitch and to YouTube, and it's a little rough around the edges from a notification perspective, that sort of thing. I got to change my setup here a bit. It just doesn't quite work. So, oops, past 11. Need to crash. Okay, thanks for that lurk. I'm going to be finishing up here pretty soon. We're on just kind of the final scoring of this game, which I have lost horribly, especially after what just happened. Let me tell you about it really quick, though. This game is called Castles by the Sea. We're trying to construct out of mostly with these cute little blocks of sand, some buildings, and other friendly little minis that we can place out. Each of these has like different restrictions on how it can be placed, but largely we're going to be, you know, placing out sand and then a building or two each turn, and then all the buildings that we have on the board each turn score points. So it's kind of cumulative. You kind of scale into it. Toward the end of the game, you tend to earn more. And we just played the last round, and we do kind of a final scoring where these hazards strike an additional time, and then we score. But we just got our butts kicked, and we're going to score probably little to nothing. So we had just decided arbitrarily that we were going to try and get 90 points, and I think I'm at like 30 or something. So let's finish up that final round. We do activate these hazards. We flip out a card. If there's 3 things or a total of 3, we'll leave the cards out. Then it will activate. So it's going to activate this time, this baby, the giant. Because we're just little guys, right? So the baby seems enormous to us. And these other 2 hazards are not going to activate. So the baby removes all figures in its lane. That's actually nothing, so we don't care. So we get to do 1 final scoring. We're going to earn 1 point for our monument, 2 points for our window, and a bonus point because our window's facing our monument. So we get 4 total points. Yay. And that's it. Now we get to calculate our score, see if we made it. We'll leave the PC lurking. Thanks so much, Pakara. Pretty familiar with those colors, so I experimented with trying them in different ways. What it was very nice for was limiting how much my mind could wander, therefore keeping me on track. That's the fastest I've ever painted a model and actually been happy with the result. How long did it take? I don't have a sense of scale. You know, Jamie talks a lot about, you know, how she paints quickly. And I think I'm kind of used to her rate of speed, but I don't objectively have a good sense of that. I, you know, hang out in other painting streams as well, but probably not attentively to really have a good sense of how long does a mini take to paint. I don't know. So how long did that one take you? 3 hours with a heavy amount of talking for the first hour. Yeah, it's funny you say that because it's so weird when I play something on stream. I usually play games like this one. This is my first time playing it, and sometimes, you know, there's some rules questions or whatever. But if chat's active, like, the pace can sometimes be a little glacial. You know, we just don't always get that far. Some turns end up taking a half an hour because we're talking about chartreuse or something. You know. I'm a notoriously slow painter. Well, you can't be slower than me because I don't paint at all. But, yeah, happens. I have back here on the shelf, actually, I've got, I don't know if you guys can see it in the front cam, just hiding over here. I've got Space Hulk, which has a bunch of Gene Stealers in it. I've been thinking about priming and painting those because Space Hulk is a game I'm intending to keep. I love that game. And we had to do a little surgery on one of the Gene Stealers because my wife Martina, who may or may not still be in chat, probably is, she assembled them, and one of them looked like it just had a weird itch on its back that it was trying to scratch and couldn't reach. It had this really gnarly, gangly arm that was just at an awkward angle somehow. Oh, Lady Offcost, there you are! So, oh hey, JD, welcome in. Nice. But yeah, anyways, I've been thinking about... I followed Jamie's advice for separating my Gene Stealer. It had been super glued together, and Jamie said, oh hey, stick it in the freezer, and then the super glue will like weaken and you can, pop that thing right out. So I did that, and Jamie was wrong, and I immediately broke the arm. So I have to fix that one. But regardless, I do have those Gene Stealers, and I've been thinking about it. Calling me out again, of course. I thought you improved it, gave it character. She said it came off perfectly. Who said that, Jamie? Because it did not, let me tell you. That arm, I mean, it came off easily. It just did not how I intended it to. But yeah, anyways, I have tons of minis. I have, obviously, we play a lot of board games in this house. We have tons of board games with minis. Just one of the things is that I'm reluctant to paint minis for games that I'm intending to perhaps sell in the future. So I only want to paint minis from games that I'm intending to keep, right? And that's like whatever. I have 1,000 board games, right? And there's an ebb and flow to the collection there. And this is just one of my other excuses for why I don't paint minis. So 500 or more than 500 base games. Wow. He's being dramatic. It broke off well based on the photo I saw. It did. It was an absolutely like super clean break. It's completely repairable. I'm just being a smart ass because Martina's in chat. It's fun. T-Cat. Oh, wow. Yeah, I used to keep my collection on BGG like fairly well organized, and then it's sort of like I have to kind of audit it, honestly. But I would love to hear if you have a favorite or a couple favorites, T-Cat. Obviously, with 525 games, that's a lot. So I love chatting with folks about board games. I'm going to calculate my final score here in Castles by the Sea. We had arbitrarily decided we wanted to be Lord of the Beach, which is the highest scoring category. Why am I doing that? Trying to get the highest point total on the second playthrough? I don't know. But that's what we said, which was to score 90 or more points. Now, we absolutely failed and played really poorly. So let's see. We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 58. So we scored less than last game. So, whoops. That was a fail. Yeah, the hazards we got this game were a little harder than on our first game. And maybe I was a little overconfident. So we were also a bit unlucky with some of our hazard rolls. But just overall, big fail. If you've been here ever before, you'll find that that's not a surprise at all. Trying to convince Hubs to call it down. That's fair. We're basically at the point with our collection where like we have no more space. When games come in, other games have to go. And sometimes that takes a little time. I'm in Canada, and the board game market is niche here, and shipping costs are high. It's not generally worth shipping games, so it's what I can sell and trade locally, and that takes time. So it can be a little tricky. And of course, I have like a ton of pandemic era Kickstarters that I backed when I was at home with nothing better to do than spend money. And they're all just like showing up every day, right? So that's a thing. It's perfect device. Execution needs work though. Yeah, it's true. Pebcac, yeah, it's a skill issue for me, for sure. Pook did their own version of the... Do you mean the challenge, the 4 palette challenge? Zombicide, Black Plague, Cthulhu, Death May Die, Lost Cities, Heart of Crown, Quacks, just to make a few. I liked Earth better than Arc Nova. Earth is an absolute miss for me. I think I'm going to sell it. I like it on principle. I just find that some of the cards are so wildly weird and niche that it's like offensive how obscure they are, and like it's just kind of weird. It, like, I don't know. Earth just, something about it just rubbed me the wrong way for sure. Quacks hates me. It absolutely hates me. And I will beat the odds in Quacks and draw the stupid, like, blow up my... I'll have like 30 tiles in that bag, and I'll draw out just the 3 to like explode my pot like immediately. Like, it's remarkable. I have a talent. She did a marker on paper version. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. Anyways, that's a decent list. Zombicide. I haven't played a Zombicide game in a long time. Yeah, you can ask Martina, Lady Offcost, in chat. Like, I understand statistics. I get it. Like, I know that this will average out eventually, you know? But we've played Quacks probably 30 times or something. And, like, I don't know. I'm in last almost every one of those games. Because of bad draws. Like, where, you know, other folks are, like, pushing their luck and getting almost every tile out of their bag every round. And I'm just like, whatever. 5 tiles, 3 of them are bad, my pot explodes. Or whatever, you know? Like, it's awful. It's remarkable. It is fun. I will say, despite having a talent for being bad at Quacks of Quedlinburg, it's an enjoyable game even when losing, just because it's kind of amusing. It's very, very different, but it's sort of like Galaxy Trucker in that way. The most fun thing about Galaxy Trucker is watching your ship absolutely come apart in the stupidest way possible, because there was that one little thing you messed up, you know? So it's fun even when failing. And Quacks is kind of the same way, but for different reasons, I find. All right, brain is fried. Time to go. Have fun, y'all. Thanks for the good vibes. Thank you for that raid. Appreciate you. I think we're also going to wrap up here pretty quick. I could be tempted to play one more Castles by the Sea, though. It is reasonably fast when I'm not, you know, chatting too much. Dab, dab, dab. I liked that Bob Ross dab, by the way. It did it for me. It was good. All right, let's try Castles by the Sea one more time. You know what? I think we might just try to redo this scenario and see if we can score a little better. Not that I think we have a better idea what we're doing, but just because, why not? I missed it, so another round. There you go. Lion, I'm excited to see your 4 color challenge. Hopefully I can catch your stream. You said you're doing that tomorrow night? Let's shuffle. Quick and dirty. 6 central to 9. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll see if I can catch that. Friday nights, we're usually over at my parents'. We used to play board games Friday nights, but not lately. But I don't know. Tomorrow's kind of a iffy one, because my parents, their dishwasher leaked while they were out of the house. They were like, you know, at work, come home, and like I think the inlet to the dishwasher was leaking all day long. So there's like hundreds of gallons of water all over their main floor. So I think that's going to probably put some pressure on our availability for playing games. But I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Anyways, I hope I can catch the stream. If not, I look forward to the results, which I'm sure you'll post in Jamie's Discord. So that'd be cool. Ouch, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's bad news. I mean, I'm waiting for us, like, thankfully, you know, fingers crossed. I feel like I bought a home, whatever. How long have we been living here? 12 years. So we bought a house, and I feel like I became like a part-time appliance repairman. I swear to God, like if you have problems with a Samsung like washer or dryer, like I'm your man. I can help. I guarantee. But like not by choice, right? But we've been you know, whatever. I've been keeping everything running, and thankfully haven't had any catastrophic problems. But I'm waiting for the day to, you know, hot water tank blows up or whatever. My parents' fridge did that once. Had to get new flooring. Yeah, that's it. They ripped up all the flooring. Apparently the water even made it down into the basement and like ruined some of the drywall down there. Like it sounds like it's bad. All right, so we're all set up again. We're gonna try this scenario. So let's quickly talk Castles by the Sea. So I would zoom in nicely, but my Stream Deck has just, it refuses to allow me to zoom on the part of the board that I want to show you. So that kind of sucks. But in any case, we're going to play 6 rounds. In each of those rounds, we get a few blocks, generally 3, sometimes more. We don't always have to spend them, or we don't have to spend them all. Okay? We're going to place these on the board. Placement rules are simple. We can start with our first block anywhere. All of our other blocks have to like touch a block we placed that turn. And then we're going to place our pieces. So any of these things here are pieces. They all have different placement rules. Like our monument here has to be placed on top of 2 other things, and then none of the spots around it can have anything else. When we place it, we score a point, and then we're going to score like 1 point in income each round. This restriction is only for the round that's played. These ones in pink remain for the duration of the game. As long as that piece is out, we have to keep like these spaces clear, for instance. So we have a couple different ways to score points. Our monument, it gets us points when placed. We kind of want it to get destroyed so we can re-earn those points. Our outposts here have to be all by themselves, and they only earn points when you're threatened by a hazard. We'll activate the hazards every round by flipping cards in this deck. There's little icons on them. When we get to 3, that hazard is going to screw up something in the row or column that it's adjacent to. Our windows here have to be built in sort of like a little U shape, and they earn lots of points, 2 points each, and then additional points for everything in line of sight. And then our figures over here are pretty fragile. They often get, you know, ruined by these hazards. This wizard has to be on a tower that's 3 tall and is going to be worth 3 points, but he loses points for each hazard threatening him. So he's kind of the opposite of an outpost. Outposts aren't worth points, but they gain points for hazards threatening them. The wizard loses them. Our prince here is only worth 1 point, but when we place him, he prevents any hazards from damaging figures that turn, so we can use him kind of speculatively to try and save ourselves a little bit. And then these rangers here, when they're destroyed, we have to flip out an additional card from one of the hazard decks, which is actually really bad, so we didn't even use them at all last time. In any case, that's the gist of it. These stones, some of the hazards interact with them, none of the ones we have this time, and otherwise functionally we can use them like they were a sand block. And that's it. So we start by gaining 3 blocks, then we get to place these out. I think this time we're just going to try and get our wizard on the board really fast, or our monument, because our monument's worth more points than our wizard, actually, for at least 1 round. So let's do that. Let's figure out a way to place out our monument. If we place some blocks here, we could put out our monument and have it. If we place blocks onto these little kelp tiles, they're worth bonus points. We kind of want our monument to blow up though. So maybe let's place these blocks over here and then, or here maybe. Somewhere where our this meteor might blow us up. Because that sounds like a thing we would do. We would construct a monument for it to be immediately destroyed. Not really a great place to do that over there, though. I don't know. I'm just talking my way through this and achieving nothing. So that sort of sucks. You know what? Forget it. Let's just put a wizard. Let's just put a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. Where's this wizard gonna live? He's gonna live on top of one of these blocks. Which one's it gonna be? The one that's least kind of threatened. Probably this guy. We're just gonna put two things out and place a wizard on top of it. We do not have to spend all of our blocks, so we'll keep this one for next time. Now, we score immediately. So the wizard's worth 3 points. Loses 1 for each hazard threatening him. So this meteor is threatening him, so we'll say that he's only worth 2. I also completely forgot that we're supposed to have these 2 cards here, which give us a way to score additional points. Have your pieces in all 3 tiles in a lane. We didn't do that, and we couldn't build the 8-block thing on our first turn, unsurprisingly. So it didn't matter anyway. Okay, so we scored our 2 points. We'll take our 2 little sand dollars, and then we resolve our hazards. So flip these cards out. And for each of these marks, we're going to move that hazard spot. And when total, once there's on subsequent rounds, we'll flip out additional cards. And once there's 3 little hazard icons, then that that hazard will activate. Well, that kind of sucked. So none of them activated, and the sandstorm's threatening our wizard, which makes him worth less points. So that's kind of crappy. Now, we could toss one of these out if we want. 7 points is a lot. Maybe we need to try. We didn't try to build any of these last time. Maybe we gotta like actually work on one of these. Like we could use where our wizard is here to build this. Have your pieces in all 3 tiles in a lane. Let's just get rid of that one and hope that we get something else. We can either complete one or discard one every turn. Oh, we got another big chunk, a chonky fortress to build. That's probably not happening. All right, since round 2, we get 3 blocks. So we have 4 that we can potentially put out, which is almost enough to complete this, but only almost, which is a shame. So I didn't realize this wizard is in a spot where we can't actually have him in line of sight of a window, which is a shame. Also don't think we can build a window this turn. So what could we build? We don't really need this guy. I mean, unless a hazard is gonna destroy our wizard. I mean, the baby might do that, actually. We don't want to place out these rangers. These windows need to be placed in such a way that they have line of sight of other things. So that's going to be hard to do. And these outposts are kind of weird. They earn points. They weren't very useful last time. They earned points for hazards threatening them. Which, like, if we built a hazard or an outpost here this round, for instance, it would be potentially worth 2 points. So that's not terrible. But they can be the only thing in that tile. Here, why don't we do this? We'll put these 4 blocks out over here so we can get these 2 pieces of kelp. That's 4 bonus points for us. And then that lets us place 1 outpost here and 1 outpost here. If we later get a window over here, it you can earn bonus points for that outpost, or perhaps over on this one. Either way would work. Let's just do that. Actually, we should place our monument. What am I thinking? Maybe that was a bad move. Our monument scores us 3 points and then 1 point worth of income. Kind of want it to blow up. The meteor is potentially going to activate down here. We want our monument. Yeah, whatever. I'll live with my failure here, and we'll deal with that monument another time. Okay, so we score. So this outpost is worth 2 points. This one's worth 0 because there's no hazards threatening it, and our wizard is also worth 2 points. So we're going to earn a total of 4. Which does not feel very good, frankly. But I feel like we scale. All right, baby's going to move 2. 1, 2. And then remove all figures in the lane, which is none. Meteor is going to move 2. So we roll a die here. We rolled a 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. We remove all pieces and sand blocks from that tile, which is nothing. And in the sandstorm, we got a 3. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3. So, in the entirety of this lane, this column here, we had a sand block on top of every open sand block, and replace all structures with sand blocks. So, also stones. So we lose our friendly outpost, put a ton of sand blocks out, and I mean, that kind of helps us maybe make the some of these buildings. We have these huge blocks of sand that we can leverage maybe. Let's see. So we're going to shuffle these up to our third round. I feel like we're speed running to a loss here again. Are we going to achieve either of these things? We're not going to do this fortress. Let's just get rid of that. Whoa! Safe haven. Have 5 of your pieces in one tile. Okay, we had one like this before. It's ridiculously hard to actually achieve that. Because most of these have restrictions on where they can be placed. And they can't be placed on tiles. Like our outpost can't be on a tile with other friendly structures, and our rangers can't be there with other friendly figures. So we would need, in order to complete that, we would need our prince, our wizard, both windows, and our monument on one spot. So this is pretty much impossible to achieve with our current set. We got a couple of these last times too. It sucked. I think I'm just not very good at this game and need to work on it a little more. Okay, so we want to build a window here eventually. We also want to complete this stupid thing, and we haven't been contributing to it. The thing that's unfortunate about that is that it's really hard to do both of those things simultaneously, right? Like, we're really close to having that shape over here, right? We just need 2 blocks, but we can't place them like that, so we can't complete it in one turn. And we have to leave this space open. We can't put a window there or anything like that. We could put a window over here, but then, like, we're just staring at sand. I mean, they're worth 2 anyway, so maybe that's not a terrible move. We do kind of want them not at the edge of the board, or not at the center, though, where they have more opportunity to look at other things. I want to check one little thing in the rules here. for building blocks. Does not tell me. All right. I think that our monument couldn't say go on top of these, but I don't actually know if that's true or if I'm just making that up. I feel like there's sort of like a informal limit of 3 like blocks high, but I don't know if that's actually in the rules or if I just decided that one day. Let's go with I made that up. All right, so in that case, let's build a window. Going with made it up. The window has to be in this little U-shaped kind of thing. I'm just gonna say that I can place my monument over there. Figure it out in the rules later. We get 3 points when placing it. That's cool. And then our outpost is worth 1 point because it's got 1 hazard threatening it. So we get 1 from our monument, 1 from our outpost. That's 2. 2 more for our window, plus an additional 1 because it can see something. So that's 5 total. And then 3 more from our wizard. So we get 8 total points. It's pretty cool. I gotta make some change here. I got a ton of these little ones kicking around. Now we do hazards. It was a much better round. Okay, the baby's gonna move 1. Meteor's gonna move 2. And the sand is not gonna move at all. None of them are gonna activate. We got 3 more rounds of play. We're throwing out the safe haven because it's largely unachievable. And we got the amphitheater. This is totally doable, but not easily. And I forgot when I placed the monument that I wanted to do this stupid other thing, and now it's basically impossible. God, I suck at this game. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We're earning points from having things on the board. We're happy about it. We're happy about it. Or something like that. So we can almost achieve this, but not this round, right? Because we have a couple different places where there's 3. This is 3. It's like a little C shape, right? It's easily done with 2 placements, but we can't place them both in 1 round. So what's likely to get screwed here? I think we're gonna assume that the meteor isn't gonna blow up horribly. We're gonna place 1 block here so we can achieve this on a later turn, and we're gonna put one of our rangers on it. So then that's gonna let us earn an additional point worth of income. 2 points because it's inside of our window. And we're just going to save these blocks, and then we can have like a big move next turn or something like that. We could actually finish this one instead of this one. Okay, so we get to score. We earn 1 point for that. Our outpost earns us 1 point. So it's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't get our 3rd point for our wizard. 9 for our ranger. So 9 points. An acceptable round. Of course, we'd have to average more than that if we want to get to 90. So, which we do, which isn't going to happen because I'm bad at this game, but that's okay. All right, hazards. The baby. What's the baby do? Baby's going to move 1. Baby's going to crush our wizard soon. Meteor is going to move 1. And then it doesn't matter because it's going to remove pieces and sand blocks somewhere in here, but there aren't any. And then our sand storm is going to move 1 as well. So This might be a good round for us to place our prints. This turn, hazards do not destroy friendly figures or the sand blocks under them to protect our wizard. Whoa! We'll pick that up later. All right. So we can place a single block, put out our prints, and finish our amphitheater. That's an option. Alternatively, we could place all 5 of our blocks and complete this other one, crenellations. But then we would not be able to place other prints. Well, or we could place out 3 blocks and do both. Can we do that? Let's see. If we put them over here, we can still complete the shape. We can put our prints out. We would need to put 4 blocks out. Do we want to put out a 4th block? I don't know. I mean, we could just get this other 2 points. This is going to prevent us from completing that other cool shape, though. Actually, wait. No, that doesn't work either, because we can only place figures on blocks that we've placed this turn. Trying to think of a way that I can place both my other ranger and the prince. I mean, the ranger's worth a point. Who cares? I don't know. Let's just place these 2 blocks over here. That gets us this. We can still place our prince out. And he doesn't... that prevents us from losing any guys to hazards this turn. We've completed our amphitheater, and we score. So, 1 for our monument, 0 for our outpost, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A cool 10 points. Not bad. Baby does not move. Oh, so we tried to predict and place out our prints, and then the baby didn't activate, and nothing happened. So we actually achieved nothing with that. We just wasted it. What a shame. Now our sandstorm is going to activate. 1, 2. Uh-oh. Add a sand block on top of every open sand block and stone in the lane. Replace all structures with sand blocks. Okay, well there actually are no open ones. So it does nothing. We don't have any structures in the lane there. So the sandstorm worked out really favorably. Sweet. Sadly, we got 1 more round. Last one. And we do get to score effectively twice at the end of the round, which is cool. But barricades. We can only achieve 1 of these. So I think probably we just spend our 5 blocks and finish this thing. Crenellations. that gets us 7 points. I don't think anything else we're going to do is going to be worth more than 7. We could build a window or something. If it scores twice, it might score 6 or something like that. It's certainly not going to score 7. So let's just finish this thing over here. Boom. We got that done. We can feel happy. Then we score. We get 1. This one actually scores a point now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nice. 11 points that round. Plus the 7 from our crenellations, so that's a much better round. Now we do hazards, then we do hazards again, then we score one more time, and that's our final score. So, the giant is going to really screw us here, probably. Oh, okay, spicy. It moves 3. 1, 2, 3. And then it removes all figures in the lane. So it actually only removes our prince. Our meteor is going to move 1. Oh, this could be bad. We're going to roll. And we rolled a 3. So that's not bad. 1, 2, 3. So on that spot there, it's going to remove all pieces and sand blocks from that tile. So who cares? And then our sandstorm, oh, it's going to immediately activate. So 1, 2, 3. So add a sand block on top of every open sand block and stone in the lane. Replace all structures with sand blocks. So that one hurts because we lose our 4-point scoring window and our 1-point scoring monument. So that's a shame. I'm not going to bother putting out the sand blocks because it isn't going to matter. We did activate all of these. We had to shuffle them all back up, do them one more time, do a final scoring, and see how we did. Unfortunately, that sandstorm wildly flying up out of nowhere really hurt our scoring potential. The good news is we don't actually care. Like, we're just seeing how many points we can get. It's us versus the game. First is the score chart. You know? Not a big deal. So the giant is going to move 1 and not activate. The meteor is going to do nothing. And the sandstorm is going to activate a second time. I love top decking that 3 card. So it's going to move 1, 2, 3, wipe out everything there, which is nothing. So we don't care. And we do a final scoring. Our wizard's going to score 3. We'll score 1 for our other dude. And our outpost will also score 1. So we're going to score a total of 5. And we're done. Let's add it up. Let's see what we got here. Once again, we're certainly not we're not getting 90. We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 58, 63, 70. We got 70. That's a new high score for us. The highest we got before was in the first round was 65. And honestly, I think the hazards we played with in the first round were significantly easier than this. So we're a ways off from getting 90. But that's going to take some practice. I got to actually plan ahead. I'm not great with spatial games. It's tough when you have to think about, making shapes and how they go together and whatever. I find I get so distracted with thinking about things in kind of 3D space that I make silly mistakes, Like these windows. They're simple to construct, but I kept getting caught up on the fact that I was trying to use a stone to make it happen, and that's hard to do in one turn. And I also somehow always had my window over here where, they get bonus points for seeing things, but there's a pond in the middle where I can't build. So I really want this like where it is now, But I never did that. So anyways, there's some room to improve here, to scale and grow a little bit, I think, at this game. Also, I see that I've picked up another follower. Like I said, with this dual streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, my My setup's a little goofy. I'm not sure who that follow was, but thank you anyway. Appreciate you. So I think that brings us to an end tonight. That was Castles by the Sea. I think this was an okay but not fabulous solo game. This would definitely be more fun with friends. And it is like very approachably light. It's not hard to play. I think you could teach this to somebody in 5 minutes. It's probably more to set up than to teach, just because there's a lot of blocks and that sort of thing. Thank you very much for the stream. Oh, well, thanks for joining, TCat. Appreciate you jumping in here. It's especially like it's always nice when we have folks in chat that are knowledgeable about board games, with some experience, just because whatever. I love to talk about board games. Who'd have thunk it? So yeah, thanks so much for jumping in here, coming in with that grumpy raid. I think that was awesome. I was excited for this when it was announced for Gen Con, but it just didn't look appealing to me. Agreed. Thanks for the stream. Lion, thanks for being here too. Yeah, I bought Castles by the Sea mostly out of curiosity. I would say this is a game that's lighter than I would typically buy, right? I thought that this one might be one that would be a little bit of fun with my kids, but honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure. Having played it now, I think it's cutesy. I think it's light and would be interesting. I'd like to try this with adults who are interested in playing a lighter game. Like, this would be a game that we would probably play. It's not quite a filler game, but almost. Like, this is a game we would play to start a game night, for instance, And I think I'd be willing to give that a try and see how it goes. I'd also play this solo again, though the solo mode, I do have some misgivings. Like, I like solo modes where it's something other than just achieve score X, right? And there's some like achievements and so on listed in the rule book, but I kind of tend to prefer solo modes where there's like a sort of an interesting dummy player or like a scenario that you're trying to fulfill in some way. So the solo mode was okay, but not fabulous, right? But I would definitely be interested to try this with more players for sure. A warm up, exactly, right? Just to get the night started, right? It's exactly the sort of thing. So I should tell you guys a little bit about upcoming streams. I will be streaming on Sunday here on Twitch. Oh, darling creep show. Okay. Well, wow. Welcome in, Raiders. Hey. Let me give you a shout out. Non-toxic bleach. Welcome in. Kentucky Fried Creature, Extort, Darling Creepshow yourself, Rad Trills. Look at you guys. Wow. That's a big raid too. Thanks so much for joining us here. Funny timing because I was just wrapping up. I know you're wrapping up, but I wanted to give you some love because I ended early. Oh, I appreciate that so much. The bleak season. Welcome in. Welcome in. So thanks for that huge raid. I'm absolutely certain and terrified that an ad's going to start any second now, and it's not my setup. I just changed my setup a bit, and it's a little bit janky, and you don't jinx it. Well, too late now. Anyways, for those of you who just raided in, I'm James Opcost. We play board games here, usually analog games on a table. I was just finishing up this game, Castles by the Sea. I've played it 3 times. I do probably got to wrap up here, rather than maybe I'll play it one more time. I'll think about it. I'll ramble for a couple of minutes and try and decide. But Darling Creepshow, thanks so much for the raid. Tell me about your stream. How did it go? What were you guys up to? And yeah, we play board games here, and also we find ourselves hanging out with lots of mini painters. So I don't paint minis, but I dream of a day when I will. So we find a lot of friendly mini painters here in chat with us. I finished that damned blue dragon. Oh, I saw you working on that. Do you have a picture that you can just drop it in chat a link to something on Instagram or Discord or whatever. Also, I'm sure everyone in here was already following you, but if you're not, you should check out Darling Creepshow for sure. You don't yet. Okay, cool. Well, I will keep an eye out for that. And maybe I'll give this game one more try, since you guys were kind enough to raid in, and then I can pass that love along to someone else. Thanks so much for that, by the way. Appreciate you. It's not often. I feel like board games are pretty niche, and big raids are few and far between. So I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna break down stream, but it'll be here lurking. Well, thanks for the lurk, and yeah, please go take care of yourself. I know streaming is tough work, and yeah, definitely take some time to do some self-care stuff, whatever that looks like. Why don't I? We'll bang out a game of Castles by the Sea here real quick. So I'm going to try the same scenario. This will now be the third time I've done this. I have a kind of self-set goal of trying to earn 90 points in this game, and I have failed twice now. We'll try one more time. Castles by the Sea, let me tell you about it real quick, though. Thanks for those follows, by the way. I would call you out and thank you individually, but my stream setup is just, like I said, a little janky this evening. Trying to get used to streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, and it has been iffy. There have been some technological problems. But let me talk you through this game real super fast. Basically, this is a nice light game, little family game, where we're building castles by the sea, unsurprisingly. So we're some cute little guys that are, you know, about yay tall. And we're trying to earn the most points by constructing buildings and placing our figures out on the board here. There's a few hazards that are going to trip us up. We got this, let me see if the stream deck's going to play nice. We got the giant, which is actually a baby, because, you know, we're whatever, 6 inches tall or something. We've got the volleyball here, the meteor, and the sandstorm. Okay? Each of these is going to screw us up a little bit in its own way at various times over the course of the game. And we're just trying to mind our own business and construct a little sandcastle of, you know, our own little cozy spot in a quiet corner or something. Now, the game's pretty simple to play. We gain some sand blocks each turn. We take these and place them on the board. The rules are simply that our first one can go anywhere. All the other ones need to touch one we've placed this turn. We don't have to place them all, but we can. Then we can place some of our figures out on the board. They all have their own individual placement restrictions that we'll deal with as we go. We earn some points. Then the hazards do bad stuff. Rinse and repeat 6 rounds. See if we can beat 90 points. I suck at this game. There's a little bit of spatial thinking involved because obviously there's restrictions in kind of 3D space here, and that hurts my brain in a special kind of way. So, yeah. Let's give it a go. All right, so I get my 3 pieces. I have 2 little bonus objectives I can try and achieve here. These ones are kind of bullcrap. Have pieces in all 4 squares next to a stone. That's really hard to do. And 3 pieces adjacent to a pool. That's also really hard to do. We were quite unlucky in what we received here. So, I think we're going to go with the same move that we tried to pull off last time and failed. And we're just going to start by putting out a wizard. We're going to stack our 3 blocks here. Put a little wizard on top. He's cute. We like him. You know? Looks nice. So our wizard is going to earn us 3 points and is going to lose points or be worth fewer points, I guess, for each hazard threatening them. So in this case, there's no hazards threatening him. We'll earn 3 points and be happy. I guess I got to put all these points back from last round. That would make it a little too easy. So we're going to earn 3 points. And then we're going to activate our hazards. We flip out a card and move the hazard, the number of little hazard symbols shown. Okay. In the event we get to 3 hazard symbols, then bad stuff happens. But in the meantime, nothing too bad. All right. Now we can complete one of these cards or throw one away each turn. We're going to throw one of these away because yuck. JD, how you been? What was your final total? JD does extra life every year, I think. How long have you done the extra life thing for? I'd be curious to know. And I know JD was doing a marathon stream to raise some money, you know, earlier in November here. What was your final total? Okay, so it's the next round. We get 3 pieces. What the hell are we going to do? We might want to place our monument in a way that it can die. The meteor has some chance of blowing up the monument, and that's actually really good for us. So why don't we try and do that? We can place 2 blocks here. We'll pick up this kelp. That's worth an extra 2 points. Over 2,100. This was my 5th year. Congratulations. Good for you. That's awesome. I thought about maybe trying to do that. You know, I kind of had forgotten about Extra Life, honestly. And then I saw a number of people doing it and I thought, hey, like maybe I should. But honestly, I'm just getting back to streaming after a long hiatus. And, you know, I didn't think it would be very achievable. It'd be really hard to make a meaningful impact without just taking away from others. So I decided to opt out this year, but good for you. That's awesome. How's the beach? Jamie Daggers, welcome in. Darling Creepshow raided while you were gone. Nice big raid, which felt really nice. And I'm trying this exact same scenario for the 3rd time. I've lost twice in a row. Trying to get 90 points. I don't think it's happening, but we'll see. I want that way or this way. I don't know that it matters. Let's do this way. In setting up for a future window. Now, when we put out our monument, we score 3 pieces, or 3 points rather. Just house rule until you get there. Darling Creepshow is the best. You know what? You're right. I've always, you know what? There's just such a distinct vibe in the Creepshow stream that I appreciate, and yeah, you're right. Just the best. All right, we're gonna, even though we know we want this to get blown up, we're still gonna risk it and just put this guy here. It means we have to flip over an extra hazard card. Who gives a shit? We're gonna do it. All right. I think my music playlist ran out. It was crappy anyway, so we're just gonna not worry about that because we're trying to soar through this one pretty quick. How's Princess Jamie? Are you protecting me? Well, this is a wizard. I mean, I guess like this wizard, that whatever. This can still be you, Jamie. You're a wizard, Jamie. On top of a pedestal, just like before. So Jinx. Yeah, that's right. God, I hate that. That first Harry Potter movie just hurts my soul. My kids quite like it. I disagree. All right, so let's score this. We get 1 for our monument. Our wizard is worth 2 because he has 1 thing threatening him. 1 hazard, so that's 3. And then we get a 4th point for our ranger here. So we get 4 points. Not bad, not bad. We're scaling. I really should have tried to complete this bonus goal, but I didn't. And I want to actually know, a pillar is a stack of at least 2 blocks. Okay, so we do not have anywhere close to 3 pieces on top of our pillars, and we're exceptionally unlikely to do that. So we should probably throw that one out. Anyway, let's do hazards. Oh, the baby's going to activate. Fabulous. Our wizard's going to die. Happens. The meteor's going to activate. Maybe our other stuff's going to die. And the sandstorm's going to activate. Okay, so we just got boned. So the baby removes all figures from its row or column, depending on where it is. So our poor wizard, well, our wizard died. Okay, the meteor, we're going to roll this little die here. What do we get? We got rolled a 1. So this spot right in front of it is going to get blowed up, and any pieces or sand blocks are going to get removed. There are none, so that really doesn't do anything. And then this sandstorm, we add a sand block on top of every open sand or stone in that row. So overall, I really thought that was going to be horrible, but all that happened is our wizard died. Jamie died. I'm sorry, Jamie. A gigantic baby came and stomped on your face. I've just been demoted to the wizard now. Sorry. Jamie the wizard. A baby came and stomped on your face. I'm sorry. Boy, if I had $1 for every time that happened. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Hey, Jamie, how many KDM models do you have? I was surprised to see you painting one today because I thought you didn't have any. Do you have more? Busy as heck, but good. Busy as heck. Busy is a good way to be, you know? All right. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to do it. Magic's going to happen or something like that. I don't know. We have 4 blocks. If we had 5, we're in the same stupid trap that happens to us every single time. Where, oh, we're going to throw this out. Every single time. Where we want to be able to get a window, but we can't. We can almost do it, but we can't do it in one round. So what can we do? We can put these guys 1, 2, 3. This sets us up for future window success. Do we want to place our other ranger? Probably. 4. Well, we can't place these like that. We can do that. Do we even want to do that, or do we just want to place our stupid wizard? Put the stupid wizard out. Right? Surely. Surely what we need... Oh, the stupid wizard. Sorry. Jamie. We're going to put Jamie out. I think I had 4 to 5. A community member sent them their recasts. Yeah, I mean, honestly, they do like first run resin, and it's like you have 1 second to buy it, and even then you have to be lucky, right? We didn't back the gambler's chest. I do have the gambler's chest sitting right over there in a box that I haven't opened, and Kingdom Death is right here. And I have a shelf of about, I don't know, 40 or 50 other standalone minis right over there. I have, I think, all of the Pinup of Death sets, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. You're a wizard, Jamie. Yay! Darling Creepshow is back. Nice. Welcome back. Hope you took care of yourself. Got some food or something. I don't know. Yeah, the KDM line at Gen Con. Craziness. I can only imagine. All of my KDM stuff I've just purchased online. You know, we did the whatever, the huge pledge way back when on the with the original Kickstarter, and got the Gambler's Chest, which just showed up like a month ago, maybe a little more than a month now. I honestly have not even opened it, and I've sporadically bought other things, but KDM, like, the minis are in sprues. I gotta assemble them. For me, that's a lot. That's a lot. So, you know, I haven't done it. Creep, how are you? There you go. They didn't have a booth this year. Oh, damn. But yeah, I've said in Jamie's stream many a time, I dream of being a mini painter, but I'm not one. So, yeah. All right. I think we get another 4 points. 1 for this, 2 for that, 1 for that. 4 points. Sad, but true. We're scaling, though. We're scaling. Baby's going to move 2 spots. 1, 2. The meteor is going to also move 2 spots. These guys just keep leapfrogging each other. And so is the sandstorm. Okay, cool. So no hazards fired, but they're probably all going to happen next round. Hopefully our wizard doesn't die this time. We're going to collect our 3 things. We got 3 rounds left, and we were trying to score 90 points. We currently have 14. Yikes. I suck at this game. Damn. Stairs. Hey, this is achievable. We could do that, but it will screw our window up. That's a real shame. Okay, I promised myself I was going to build one of these stupid windows. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing a goddamn window. There's no way that I can make fucking stairs out of that, which is really irritating. But who cares? We got a window. We're happy. We can see our ranger and monument, which are about to get destroyed, but at least they haven't yet. And we can build stairs sometime later. Maybe? I don't know. I'm great, just sat back down from post-stream care, about to crush some fools and Call of Duty for a bit of wind down. Nice. Good on ya. Yeah, my post-stream care usually involves running inside the house and getting something to eat. Desperately needing to pee. That's about it usually. Normally break down all my lights and my paint setup and go wash my face with real warm water. Wow. Okay, that sounds like both very sophisticated, like you're doing a good job caring for yourself, and I'm a little terrified by, you know, I think I wouldn't like splash some water on my face and then shoot dudes. But maybe I'd do those in the other order. But good on you for having a sophisticated routine there. Okay. Let's score our points. We get 1 for our monument. 2, 3, 4 for our window. 3 for our wizard. So that's 8, 9 points total. That's a much better score. Respectable, one might even say. Self-care is important. Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. I have a young family, and I find that I'm streaming, and then often when the stream is over, I'm right back to like dad stuff. You know, depends on the stream. Like today, the kids are in bed. My wife took care of that. Martina took care of the kids. But other days, it's kind of like right back to it. So the wind down usually is shut off the lights and race inside. So. All right. So we scored. Our friends are going to activate here. We were speed running this, and we're just failing all around. You know, I think I've learned something. Oh my god, this is a disaster. I don't think this is a hard game. I think I'm just not good at it. Okay, all of our friends are going to activate. The giant's going to eliminate any figures in that row. There are none, so who cares? The meteor. We're going to roll the die. We got a 1, so anything in this spot is going to get blown up. There's nothing there, so nothing happens with it either. And then the sandstorm is going to add a block to each of these fine little things. So that overall really wasn't too bad. We've played 4 rounds. Only the last round there was actually any good from a point perspective. We got 2 more to go. And we're probably going to lose again. Well, we're certainly not hitting 90 points. Look at that fancy shot. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with the camera setup right now. Got to deal with some other streamer bot tech jank issues, but like I threw this camera on a little motorized slider here. Got to play around a little with the lens. I need a different lens. I zoomed in actually for this game. Whoa. Got to play around with that a little bit, but like pretty happy with it, because one of the challenges, of course, with board game streams is that they're not that visually interesting. So I thought that this would be a little more fun, you know? Camera setup is lovely. I love your background too. Thanks, JD. Appreciate it. Or no, sorry, not JD. I saw green text and read it out as JD, but Jesus, I need to go to bed. That's what I need to do. Creep show, thank you. Appreciate it. I try really hard to have a little bit higher production quality than your average board game stream. There's not a lot of us, but I feel like a lot of board game streams are, well, I was playing the game anyway, so I turned on the camera, and that's not the vibe that I want to get. So, love that it has a side view as well as the overhead view. You and Silver Metal Tavern have the best board game camera setups. Yes, that is so validating. I like Silver Metal Tavern's setup. Actually, they have a PTZ cam, which is what that one is, which is so like it's functionally pretty similar. And yeah, I agree. I think their setup is one of the better ones that I've seen, and that feels extremely validating. Thank you. Can't make sentences by the end of stream usually. I feel ya. Yeah, totally. I start blabbering like an idiot, more than usual. Don't ask Jamie. Anything Jamie says, bullshit. It's a total lie. Hey, Darling Creep Show, I got an important question for you. How do you... Oh my god. Oh, it's Joe. Okay. Getting raided by Board Game Blitz. Why did it not say the raid? Wow. Okay. Welcome, Raiders. Look at that. I'm trying to wind down here, and that's 2 raids back to back. Or not quite, but thank you. Welcome in. How you guys doing? What were you guys up to? What did you play? I'll give you a little shout out here. Really happy you guys raided in. I'm just finishing up a little playthrough of Castles by the Sea. Those of you who don't know me, I'm James, Opcost. We play board games here. Usually analog games on the table. Today we're playing Castles by the Sea. It's been pretty fun. Those of you who just raided in, and any other raiders who came in earlier, I'd love your opinion. Help me settle a debate. How do you feel about dots? Dots. Jamie says these are the worst Halloween candy. She's wrong. They are in fact the best. What do you think? Let me know. It's very important to me to know your thoughts. I keep that box back there just for Jamie. Just for Jamie. Amanda Panda, welcome in. Mid at best, get out. JD, not like this, man. I played a free print and play escape room game called The Secret of Langton Manor. Wow, that's cool. Joe, welcome in. Ambi was playing it for you. Okay. So, that's interesting. So, a print and play, I wouldn't have thought an escape room game would be easy to print and play, just because it feels like most of the escape room games I've played, I think it'd be difficult. Well, maybe you could assemble them without it being too spoiler free or having too many spoilers. Man, it has been a long stream. It hasn't actually been long, but it feels like it's been long. I had a day at work. There's all sorts of shit going down. A VP got fired earlier in the week, and like there's all sorts of weird changes. It's fucked up, and it is like, yeah, it's been a day. Those things are an abomination. Quick, put them in a fire. It's the only way to kill them. No, Joe, dots get a 4 out of 10. Who invited you guys anyway? Gonna pass on the dots? Oh. Okay, I regret asking. I think we're in an ad here. I've never been so sad. Oh my god. Okay, let's finish up this game because we're getting our butts kicked anyway. How in the hell are we gonna score points? Can we do these stairs, or do we just want to throw them away? We could build them. Let's just build this stairs. Man, I can't believe it. I can't believe that happened. I'm so upset. I really thought there was going to be more dots enjoyers. Like, I legitimately like them. And I'm pretty sure we're at an ad break right now. So I feel for those of you, pity those of you who can actually hear me complain about dots. Because fuck, they're delicious, man. They're good. What's wrong with you people? Well, the ad's done. See, Twitch, I hate the Twitch ad management changes because, like, I think it just tells you it's going to be 2 minutes, but then everybody seems to get shorter ads now, and it's really sporadic. Like some people, it's 30 seconds, others it's a minute and a half. It seems very janky. Maybe it's uncouth to ask, but how old is your mom? I feel like that's not something you go around asking people. Jamie, how old is your mom? Weird. Yeah. Yeah, I just got a big 1.5 minute ad break. There you go. That's assuming they were in production in the most recent century. Okay, listen. I really appreciated that raid, but this dot slander has got to stop. Like, they're awesome. I don't know. I disagree. You guys are all wrong. Dots up. Dots are the best. Fuck, I regret asking that so bad. I thought at least there'd be one dot sympathizer in chat, but like, not even close. I share candy tastes with JDG's 71-year-old mother. Amazing. How blank is your mom is a genre of question you don't ask unless intending to be funny and insulting. Jamie is almost always both funny and insulting. Funny to look at and insulting with this dot slander. Don't offer this to seniors. This is like what happened when I admitted to Witty's chat that I like Nico wafers. I have some Yeah, you like Werthers and like you like Jamie, you're the one who loves the like old lady candy, I'm pretty sure. And artisanal cough drops, but that's a conversation for another time. Jamie's not funny to look at. They are beautiful. Oh, listen. I tease because I love. Jamie knows that. I mod for Jamie Daggers and harass her all the time. This is her time to get back at me. Don't really like Werthers. Go wafers of the shit. Okay, listen. I don't know. Despite the raid, I've somehow found myself with less respect for creep than I thought. Give me some gushers or fruit by the foot. Man, I haven't had fruit by the foot in like 20 years. That's I hadn't even thought. Forgot it existed. And yeah, Werthers are gross. I fuck with the gushers. My kids mostly got chocolate type candies this year. Mine too. Yeah, I feel like trick or treating is just not like it used to be. Like it's so we get fewer kids each year. It was down to like I think we had a between 25 and 30 this year, and like 10 years ago we would have had like 100, which still wasn't a ton, but whatever. It was more than 25. And then yeah, the kids. It's like everyone just went to Walmart and bought the same bag of candy because there's just like it's very like homogenous. It's like, Kit Kats and Kit Kats, and that's it. I swear. Trunk or treat is the new thing. Yeah, I feel like that's extremely American. I don't think that's a thing here, really. I've been craving candy corn for like 5 years, and my kids haven't gotten any. Yeah. Candy corn, we've talked about candy corn on stream before. Candy corn is like, I love candy corn, and then I get about 4 pieces in, and I start like debating my life choices. I'm just like, what the hell am I even doing? This is gross. This is disgusting. Like my confidence in it being in its deliciousness like erodes so fast. It's like this is great until it immediately isn't good anymore, and I feel like lesser of a person for having eaten it. Chocolate covered marshmallow bunnies, disgusting. Okay, Jamie, this candy corn and salted peanuts thing is just like that is wild. Like, get that shit out of here. There's no way that is good. There's no way. Kids don't walk. My son 2 blocks and he's like, I'm done. It makes me buy candy. Oh no, brutal. You don't need to try that. Try it and tell me I'm wrong. Like, I feel like, I have about as much confidence as you, if you, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even have a good, like, analogy. It sounds fucking awful. Okay, I gotta play this turn, or I'm never gonna get this game done. It was supposed to be a speed run, and my score is looking like a speed run in that I'm failing, but the speedy part of it just has not been happening. I think we're gonna assemble these stairs, and we're gonna place out. Actually, we could assemble these stairs and get this other 2 points. I don't know if that's worth it, but it will allow us to place out both of these guys, which will get us 2 more points for both this round and next round. So that seems worth it. Maybe. I have no idea why that's so repulsive sounding. All right. So let's see how many points we get. We get 1 point for our thing, our monument. We get 2, 3, 4 points for our window. So that's 5. We get 3 for our wizard. That's 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points again. Pretty okay. Pretty happy with that. Also, I meant to ask Joe or Ambi, if you guys are still in chat, where did you find that print and play? Was that something you got like from a like an independent creator, like on Itch or something like that? Or I'd be curious to know more. Hope I didn't miss you guys. Okay, hazards. Got a couple more turns here, and then we can see how badly we failed. Nothing happens with the meteor and the sandstorm, and these guys are all like grouped together, and it just sucks. All right, last turn for us. What are we gonna do? We're gonna earn 11 points probably. The developer contacted Board Game Blitz to ask them to try it. Oh, awesome! That's great. It's on Itch as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've bought a couple print and play. I've actually been meaning to, like, I have like a backlog of things that I need to actually do the print and play part, not just the purchase. One that I'd really like to do is a game called Consenticle, but I haven't managed to actually assemble it yet. You know, it was actually printed, but finding copies is rather challenging. So I bought the print and play. It's also available on itch. It looks really cool, but I just haven't actually found the time to put it together, you know? And I think, oh, awesome. That's great, Jamie. Nice. Do you have a contact at Lucky Duck now? Because Bree moved on, I think, right? She's at Arcane Wonders. Okay, what can we do to score points? We should build a window. A window would be cool. I don't know if we actually can build a window. We can, but not in a way that earns us points. If we had 4 blocks, we could do it, but we don't. Because we suck at this game. Oh wait, I could build a window here. Is it worth it? I don't know. Oh, we completed the stairs card too. Jeez, I'm getting so distracted by chat. All this dot hating. And I'm just forgetting to actually play the game. You know? Let's build this window. Let's just build. Let's not think too hard. Let's just build a frickin' window. And call it a day. Building a window. Only if they pay for your printer ink. Close enough. She has. I'm not exactly sure if she set it up before leaving or the new community manager just knows I paint minis. I'm not sure. Oh, cool. So somebody just reached out. That's awesome. That's great, Jamie. I'm glad to hear that. Always liked Lucky Duck, but I don't know how much of that was Lucky Duck and how much of that was Bree. I don't know. All right, so we're going to score this last round. I built a window. This looks super janky and dumb, but who cares? We're going to score 1 for our monument. We're going to score 4 for our first window. 1 or 2, 3, 4. That's 5. We're going to score 2, 3 for our other one, so that's 8. Our wizard is going to score 3. That's 11, 12, 13, 14 points for this final round. That's easily the best we've ever scored in a round, so that's pretty cool. Got to head out. Well, thanks for joining, coming in with that raid. That's great. And yeah, nice to see you. Free was a big factor, but I do enjoy their games. All right. We didn't achieve any of these other things. I think this is where I have to do better in this game. We get to fire up our hazards. Our baby is going to move to here and then activate. That's going to be bad. This is going to move 1, but it's not going to activate. This is going to move 2, and then it will activate, which is going to screw us. This is what happened last time. Okay, so we do our hazards. So the baby activates. Any figures die. That means we have to flip out 1 other hazard card. I think we would do that after, probably. It's the safest or the fairest way to do that. And the sandstorm activates here, and we put a bunch of sand blocks, and all structures get replaced by them. So this, our 4-point window, every single time it gets destroyed. That's happened the 3 out of 3 times we've played this scenario now. So that sucks. But, oh well. Okay, so we need to activate 1 more thing. Let's just activate the sandstorm here. It's going to move 2. That was for our guy dying. Then we have to do the hazards 1 more time. And then we get to score 1 last time. And then our game is over. And we see, did we make it to 90 points? All right, our sandstorm is going to annihilate that row. We don't care. Nothing's there. We're going to score 1 more time. We get 1 for our monument. This window gets us 3. That's 4 points. Our wizard is going to get only 2 points. That's 6, 7, 8 points. A far cry from 14, but better than a kick in the pants. Hydrate. Oh man, I think I'm long since out of anything to drink. That was horrible. Stone cold coffee. Do not recommend. Yikes. Ugh. Okay. Let's see our final score here. It was there. I could have not had it. But I chose pain. All right, we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. God, we did worse than last time. 61, 67. Last time we got 70. It felt like things were going better this time. I feel like a challenge with the solo game is that some of these cards, you take some out, but some of them are just like largely like pretty, well, maybe it's not the solo game. This particular scenario with the buildings we have, there's a lot of restrictions where we can't put buildings beside one another. So when we get things where we have to place them in the same square, they're almost impossible to achieve and just sort of like wastes around where we can't earn additional points, which is a shame. But it looks like 3 for 3 now on failing this scenario. Unsurprisingly, a game involving a little bit of spatial thinking, not even in a like particularly complex way, is enough to just absolutely screw me over, and I cannot do it. Womp womp. Amanda Panda, thank you. Hey, I ever think it might be the dots? Listen, if I like glued some of these pieces together with dots, I could accomplish amazing things. So, I don't know. I'm so disappointed by how badly that went. I really thought there was going to be at least a couple of dots enjoyers in chat. Big fail. Big fail all around. Anyhow, I think we're going to wrap up. So let's find some place to raid. I doubt there's very much to choose from in the board game space, but the fact that you could glue things together with a candy you ingest isn't at all disturbing. I agree, it isn't. You're absolutely correct. It's not disturbing. It doesn't. I'm not even. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to eat the dots and sleep like a baby. Sleep absolutely soundly. It's not going to bug me one little bit. Nerdcube Games, Terra Mystica fan factions. I have no idea who that is. I've never seen them online before, but Terra Mystica is one of my favorite games. So that's a place we could go. It's nice to raid into other board gamers. T-Cat, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you. Also, Darling Creepshow, thanks so much for that big raid. I think I scared everyone away with my dots conversation there. But it was nice to have some fresh faces in chat for sure. And hopefully I shared my love of board games here and earned a couple of follows for it. I know I did. I don't have I cannot see my activity list in my Twitch setup right now. So apologies for those of you who followed, and I like to thank you guys individually. Not this time. Anyhow, I think we're going to try and raid this Nerdcube Games. I don't know anything about them. Never been there. No idea. I just know that they're playing Terra Mystica, and Terra Mystica's freaking great. So we're going to raid into there. Before I start that raid, I'm going to monologue for a second here about upcoming stuff. Sunday, I will be back. Sunday at 1 p.m. Streaming some more board games, and next Wednesday I've started streaming Wednesdays on YouTube Live. So I'm doing all of my streams both here on Twitch and on YouTube. I expect nobody's going to follow or nobody's going to see me on YouTube, honestly. If I was clever, I would have had the YouTube link ready for chat, but that was one of the million oversights I had this time. But yeah, Wednesdays are going to be YouTube only streams because then my daughter can join me and we can play games together, which is pretty cool. So yeah, let's look for that. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. I'm going to start up this raid, and we're going to check out if I can find him again. I hope he didn't end. Why can Nerdcube? Why Twitch? Do you not want me to find this? Nerdcube Games. We're going to raid into Nerdcube Games. They're playing some Terra Mystica. I've never been here before. Not sure what to expect, but I'm going to fire that up now. And thanks so much for being here. Hopefully, I'll see you guys this Sunday. And yeah, in the meantime, play some board games, hang with some friends, have a nice time. And we'll see you soon.